Hello, hello, hello. Miss Angie, you smoking over there? Likely story, likely story. I'm like, wait a minute, what we got going on over there?
Gotta keep the good energy flowing.
Oh my goodness, you ain't kidding. You are not kidding at all. Holy moly. My goodness, my goodness. Whew.
Oh, how
How
was your
was
day today?
today was actually somewhat beneficial and I got some things done, but not enough. I had more planned than
It's never enough hours in the day.
it isn't. It isn't at all. And I'm like, I am already overdue on videos that I have to get finished. And also my t-shirts. I've had a few different ideas. I've already sent them off to Bonnie and said, Bonnie, hey, got some ideas. And so the good part, she's running
She
with some of
showed me a few and I love them, love them, love them. They were all great. I was like, I like these.
I know we're getting really playful, and it's actually fun because it's again for me, it's just a way of releasing,
Exactly.
my little part of the world. So there, making my difference. I'll put it that way. And she's really helping in that. So, I mean, she's been beneficial in the sense of ideas herself, and then
Oh yeah,
also
she's got some good
running with
ones
it.
too.
She does, she does. So we've added a number of shirts, and that's kind of fun. So I'm excited about that. Just like we need something else on the plate, right? But this weekend I went to Kingman and I did the
Uh,
gala. As people might know, I don't know if you all know this, but there are times where I go and people hire me for about 2 hours or 3 hours, and they pay me a certain amount, and then I read for however long. There's Miss Bonnie. We were just talking about you, Miss Bonnie. I hope your
hey, Miss
ears are burning.
Bonnie.
So
You
anyway, and
made it,
so
Miss Bonnie.
yes, and so we went to King. I went to Kingman and had some amazing reads. And during the tarot reads, also had a few mediumship hits. And so I was thrilled to be invited to the gala. It was a gala event, and it was Mardi Gras was the theme. And so tarot cards and tarot card readings seemed to fit that very well. And they asked me if I do it, and I'm like, heck yeah. And then ultimately, when it was over, I donated the money that the people paid for the readings because I was just taking donations. And then I turn around, oh my gosh, Elisa Black just popped in the room. Say what? It has been
Alicia,
so
you're
long.
still up on your side of the earth because come Sunday, they're going to spring forward, and I hate every minute of it. Not for me, but because of my people over there. It's such a long
Exactly.
gap for us.
Yep. Yeah, because everybody, we here in Arizona, we don't change.
Exactly.
Exactly. So anyway, so it was a good event, good readings, and I donated whatever I had made to the hospital as well, to the cause. And so it was
Oh,
nice. It
well,
was
that's
good.
good.
Yeah, and I sold some books that I did not donate because that's my money.
Well, that's my blood, sweat, and tears. That's all my knowledge. That's all my thinking.
Absolutely. And then the note cards, I sold some of the note card packages too. And I packaged them
Uh-huh.
like this. So I was able to sell some of the note cards too. And again, that was my dollar, my dollar. But it was good. Anyway, and you, Angie?
Today it was just a busy day at work, just meeting after meeting, email after email. And I like it because it's a lot of not me talking, I'm just listening to people and doing my work in the background. So the steady flow of work was good for me. And that was it. It was just a slow day. And then I went out and got me some Panera. And Miss Bonnie almost froze to death. It is cold outside. Like the weather has dropped. Not probably your drop, but our drop is enough of a drop that I closing the doors and turning the heat up.
Yeah. I came downstairs and my son had this room hot. And I'm like, what the heck? I'm thinking, whoo. It was, but now I turned the heat down to a certain degree, which should be a normal degree, and I'm cold. And this is not spirit cold. This is me just cold. So I may have to get up and bump that heat up because I can see now why he bumped the heat up a little bit. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's been cold. Surprisingly, because you just expect it to continue to climb, and then when we had a nice dip, you're like, wait, what? What's going
yeah.
on?
Well, the rattlesnakes are out already, and Ghost is shedding like crazy. So when you see those things happen, and that usually Mother Nature thinks it's going to be warm. No, no.
No, 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 no. Hey,
Hey,
Arkeisha.
Arkeisha.
Hey,
Hey,
GMR.
GMR. Welcome in, Bonnie. Again, welcome in, Alicia. So GMR's been having some serious success with his online trading. It's in swing trading and day trading. He's been rocking it.
That is so good.
Yeah.
I'm tiptoeing into it a little. Well, not even day trading, just buying a little bit of here, a little bit of there,
hmm
just to see what I'm doing.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Anybody's interested in trading, they need to go follow GMR on YouTube because he definitely has been rocking the trades and making some bank, as they say. That sounded so. I'm like, I'm not that guy. I can't say bank. It doesn't come off easy. It's like I'm just gonna go back to money because
The
I'll
good,
use
the
money.
green stuff.
I know. It's like really that doesn't work for me. It's just I didn't even like the look. I'm like, no, no, no. Don't even try it. Oh my goodness. Bonnie says 40 mile an hour winds and 33 degrees. Yeah, you can keep that. You can just keep that. And at 33, I mean, if it rains, it's going to snow over there at that point. Jeez, it is. Yeah.
I looked at it one day and it said 44 in the morning. I was like, what? So it's
Yeah.
still like 69 right now, Miss Bonnie. So it isn't like freezing, but
Yeah.
I'm going to
Absolutely.
take my jacket if I go outside.
Yeah. I think Ghost will be walking herself tonight because of.
My friend, everybody keeps telling me the flu season is bad, pretty bad this year, which I think it might be. This is the first year I've had the sniffles. I'm usually, pretty good with my honey and whatever. And a friend of mine, her daughter's a teacher, and she ended up with influenza A and COVID. I said,
Oh,
"Oh
jeez.
my goodness!"
Good
So she's
Lord.
quarantined for work for the next 5 days,
Talk
and she
about
had
the
a
double whammy.
102 fever. I was like, "Oh my gosh, Mrs. Rosanna, how was that?" She was like, "Oh, it's okay. She's just resting." And I think one of her students came in and had the flu, and next thing
Mm.
you know, she got it.
I must admit, I am one of the best patients you'll ever find
Oh
because
yeah,
when I get sick, all I want to do is go to bed, let me alone, let me in bed, let me cover up, let me just, and if I ask for something, if anything, it's like, bring me liquids. I'm good with liquids. I don't want pampered. I don't want medicine. I don't want people checking on me. How are you? How are you? Leave me alone. Give me about 3 or 4 blankets because I'm covering my blank with the blankets and just leave me alone. I'm good to go. I don't need any care. I don't
and
need
let me sweat
attention.
it out with my meds.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what I do between the bathroom and the sink. The toilet and the sink for whatever reasons, the that's it, and me and the bed, and I'm good. I don't want a bucket because if I have to do something, I'll get up and I'll do something. So I don't need to, no,
Who's
I'm
gonna
good.
clean that up later? Not me, not the sick person.
Exactly. Yep. So I'm like, nope, just leave me alone. I'm good. And Ed from time to time wants to be the pampering spouse. I'm like, no, 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 please, really, I'm leave me alone. That's all I want, to be left alone.
Yeah.
Give me some Diet Coke, give me some sparkling water. Those two things, and I can last for days. I'm good. I'm good. And Lord
Really?
knows I can lose some weight from
I
time to
might
time.
ask you to go get me a, medicine ball from Starbucks, but that might be.
I heard they changed that. The last time I ordered it, they told me they changed it. They changed the recipe or something. I'm like,
It
why
didn't
would you
seem
do
bad.
that?
I had it the other day. It didn't seem too bad, or maybe I just
Okay.
didn't pay attention. It's scorching hot every time. So
Yeah, yeah, from what I was there the other day, and because I ordered it, and they're like, oh, we changed the recipe, and they were this, and this, and I'm like, well, and they said if you try it and you don't like it, let us know. And I tried it, and I'm like, well, you guys, I think because they told me it would be different, I then tasted different. I'm not sure I would have picked it up if not for that.
yeah, it doesn't seem anywhere.
Yeah, and I like that little bit of lemony hit. I need that. That's just like
Yes,
really
it's
good.
really good. It hits pretty nice. And I make it at home a lot. I have some people told me that spearmint tea was good, so I
Hmm.
bought spearmint tea, and I have the um uh peach tea here, and then I have my own lemon juice, and I just kind of make it for myself and some honey.
I was wondering how you made it. So that's how you make it.
Yeah. It's a mint tea, and I want to say peach tea, and then they also put they put lemonade in it, but I just put pure lemon juice and honey in mine.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Super. Well, that's good. I may have to try that because I do like the flavor. And you got me connected to that because I never even knew about it. And when you told me, you said go, and I said, well, medicine ball. I never even saw it on the menu. And you said, no, no, they'll know, and they did.
Yeah, yeah. They knew
Yeah,
exactly what it was.
yeah.
And sometimes I'll try and remember it's a mint something, but when I get there, I just say Can I get a medicine ball? Because I don't even remember what the real thing is. I can't even find it on the menu. I know what a medicine ball is, and you know what I'm talking about too. And they just go
Exactly.
ahead and make it.
Yeah, I had the other day. I don't do a lot of Starbucks anymore, and so the other day I had a coffee frappuccino. I've always had. That's the one thing I've had forever. But I hadn't had it in a long time. And when I tasted the coffee frappuccino, I had to look at the label and say, did they give me coffee or caramel?
Oh
Because it had
yeah,
like
did you make
caramel.
a video about it? I saw the
Yeah,
video. I'm like, what? Okay, okay, I saw the
yeah.
video. I'm like, this
I'm
sounds
like,
familiar.
yeah.
I'm
So I'm
not that
thinking,
psychic now, but I
exactly. But yeah, I was like, what's this? What as Karen says, what is this? What is this? What is this? It was like a caramel frappuccino it tasted like. And I'm like, no, 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 no.
Miss Linda says she had the flu in January, then it turned to pneumonia, and she's still coughing. Miss Linda, we've missed you. I hope that you, well, your January wasn't too great, but I hope that you are recovering great and now.
I don't even see her. Where's her?
She's
Where's Miss
down
Linda?
under where Brenda Costner says peach tea is the bomb.
Oh,
So
I
there,
see it. Hey, Miss Linda. Yeah. And welcome in, Brenda, Miss Linda, Bonnie Lafferty,
Jimmy,
Selena, and let's see who else popped in there. Vanessa.
Clara
Welcome.
Slayer. Hey, Clara.
Yeah. Oh, and Jimmy
Vanessa.
Josh, welcome in. Nicole, welcome in. Sorry, we were too busy talking. I didn't even see folks. Brandy, nice to see you in. Xavier.
Alicia, I hope you're still here because I got to tell you this right quick. Are you doing site visits at your job on another job? Because they showed me you driving from one or being driven from one spot to another. Like you're getting the royal treatment, but I feel like you're driving from one site to another site. So are you helping another site or opening another site? Why do I see you being at multiple locations? Just gotta use your beat that thing. All right. You know what, Nicole? I used to drink, and sometimes I still do, just drink warm lemon water with a little honey in it, without any of the teas and stuff, and that's a good thing. When I first, a long time ago, I had read in one of those like women's digest books, and it was like beat the winter bloat, and it was like drink warm lemon water. And the warm lemon water is pretty good, but it's a little bit too tart sometimes, or maybe I just put too much lemon in it. And I added some honey to it, and it's a very good drink to sip. Just the lemon and the honey water.
So you just put like warm water and then you put like squeeze lemon and then put honey in? Is that what you did?
Yep, and just drink that as you could either leave the lemon in there, or I just use lemon juice because you know I'm lazy down and I'm not buying no lemons. But I'll just warm up some hot water like I'm gonna make tea or something, then pour the lemon in there out of the refrigerator or cold so it cools down the water a bit. Add some honey and just let it sit, and then just sip it.
Nice. I have to try that.
Oh, Nicole said with olive oil. I've never done it with olive oil, but I definitely will do the. Hey, pretty unique. I definitely do the warm lemon water, and it's supposed to kind of cleanse you out or help you get rid of some of the bloating that you've held on to from the winter. But you can do it
Oh,
anytime. It also helps you sleep at night. My brother came home one day and he was like um exhausted, but he couldn't really sleep. And I think he was a little bit sick, and she gave him some of that. He woke up like, "What did you give me?" Like he was sleep out. It's a very good thing to help you get to sleep too.
does the oil have a different add flavor or the oil makes it smooth? What does the oil do
I
for it?
didn't do it. I didn't do the oil, but
Okay.
I just did the regular honey and lemon water.
Hmm.
It's just really good sometimes. Just and it kind of helps the throat, and you get that good. Oh, she says it's a good liver detox.
Okay.
I've never done the olive oil. Alicia, okay, so you go back and forth from the plant sometimes to a temporary. Okay, because they show me you being driven. Are you driving? Because they show me somebody driving you like you have some kind of distinction that you shouldn't be driving yourself. Oh, with your side venture. Oh, that could be it too. But somebody else is driving you from spot to spot.
Who's driving Miss Daisy? Who's driving Miss Daisy?
Alicia is, I'm sorry, it's Alicia. I got that image as soon as she came in the room of her being driven from one site to another. So I felt like somebody was taking her, and she says she does visit multiple sites at her job, but she's also starting an insurance business. What kind of insurance, Alicia? I saw you mentioned it online. I need to know. I might need some insurance. But that's good to know. That's all I kind of got for you, is that you were being driven. I didn't know if that meant that you were expanding, or you were being promoted and somebody was driving you around. But that's good. It helps with vitamin C absorption. It is a fat soluble. Oh, okay. Oh, life insurance. Oh, I definitely need to talk to you now. But that's good to know. And if I remember, Miss Alicia said Miss Brenda told her that a long time ago, and
Did she
now
get
she's getting
insurance?
into it. She was gonna have her own business, or she saw her name on the side of a building, and
Oh,
she's
that's
thinking
cool.
that that's what it is, because this is now her new side thing. Well, good job, Alicia. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Absolutely.
You just
Lisa
got
ended up.
a little bitty tiny reading. I know that you're going to a gala or some kind of celebration where you got to dress up, because I see you in a big convention hall. Who's the guy with you? He's kind of like whispering in your ear. There's a guy. It's a real guy. It's not a spirit. Who's the guy that's whispering in your ear? Are you taking a date? It's a brown skinned guy with he doesn't seem to be like bald, but short, maybe faded haircut. Um, and he seems to be with you, or at least interested in talking to you. He's trying to get you to get up and go dance. The guy that I'm talking about. He's tall, broad shoulders, likes to eat. They're showing me like barbecue and stuff. I don't know why. Is that if that's your specialty or something? But they're showing me this guy that either maybe you don't meet him there, because he just comes and kind of speaks to you at the side, but not necessarily whispering in your ear. So, but listen, you should have been in the room with us last night. Miss Bonnie and Susan and Angels was giving out. They were handing me love. They were handing me love like Oprah was handing out that card the other day. Them years ago. I was like, oh, that many men, huh? Yeah,
You
we'll
get a
see.
man, and you get a man, and you get two men.
Exactly. I said, whoa, y'all handed them out today. But that's all I got for you, Alicia. It was just that really popped up as soon as you walked in the room about the guy. Oh, wait, about your grandmother. Your grandmother is shorter than you. Is she still alive? Your grandmother is still alive, if I'm not mistaken, right? And why is she showing me? Why am I being shown sweet potato pie? Are you about to have some fancy dinner where you go back to see your grandmother? I don't know of a holiday. Oh, Easter. Maybe you're about to go home for Easter or something. And are you driving this time? Because it seems to be a snowy road. I don't know what the 100 is. All right. Well, that's what I got for Miss Alicia and Don. They just kind of popped in.
Let me see what I can pick up from Miss Alicia. Well, congrats, though, Miss Alicia, on the getting the insurance business going. I think that's exciting. Really
I think
exciting.
she just posted that she got like her certification or whatever you need to be that kind of agent type person.
Mhm.
You're going home in July. Oh, she turned 100. Oh, that's why they're okay. Your grandmother turned 100. Okay, that's why they're showing it to me. Oh, okay.
Well, I see that you've done a lot. Again, this is interesting because there's the work that you've been putting in. This is the work, and you're watching it, and you're cultivating it, and the lessons that you're learning. So again, you're taking a lot of training and learning. So now it's time to put that to use. It's time to move forward and put that to use. This is that Knight of Pentacles. So I love it. This is all Pentacles. This is all abundance. This is money. This is happiness. So all this is tying itself together. So this is like fulfillment. Again, the insurance is going to be nothing. It's not just going to be about money. It's not going to be just about checking off a box. This is going to be fulfilling for you. It's going to be serving many different hats for you. So this is a good thing. This is a very good thing. And again, continue to learn and to grow from it. The nine is here. The nine's telling you that again, this phase is coming to an end. So again, you put the work in. You're getting ready to see the beginning. And there's that ace, an ace of pentacles. And so that ace of pentacles is that new beginning. So this is a new opportunity for you. Take and make it most of it that you can. And I'm loving it. Again, you've done the work to put in the effort to get it done. You got the education behind you and you got it put forward. So now as you slowly move forward to your new venture, know that success is right around the corner for you. Okay, Alicia? That's some good news right there.
And I do feel like you're gonna go home before July, because they're showing me that the roads are wintry, like it's a wintry mix, and they're making
Mhm.
it clear that you're driving on snow. So I do think you'll go back before July.
Yeah, let us know when you get your stuff rolling so we can send you, we can advertise for you. We'll tell folks where to find you and how to get a hold of you to buy some insurance when they have that need. You know, we shoot, we will help you. We will help.
Exactly. And I
Yes.
feel like your daughter's up for another job too. Is she considering going to another hospital or adding on something else? But I see something for your daughter that is also coming up, um, promotion wise or addition wise. Like it's more money, and I can't. Like it looks like if she wants to, she could jump to another hospital, or she could at least just go do something else in there. But I see her considering something. Not very much, but she's considering options regarding her job. So that's what I got. She wants
Super.
to move to Charlotte. Okay, yep, I see it. All right. It seems to be fine. It seems to be a go ahead. She's at a stalemate right now, the Two of Swords, because she can't decide what she wants to do. She'll decide, but ultimately, I think that she may go, Miss Alicia. I don't know you probably don't want to go that far, but I feel like she's gonna go because they show me the option of her having to be able to go to a different building. And when you leave one building to another, you're usually leaving that job for me and going to another job. So I do feel like she's going to go to another job. I don't know that it'll be out of the city as you're saying, but I do see her being offered a lot and thinking that she's going to do. Oh, okay. Okay. I see why. Okay, that makes sense as to why she want to change jobs. But I do see her then taking that offer and moving on. It's a hard thing because I think she loves what she does. It is just mentally taxing for her. But as I feel like she loves her coworkers, but she is gonna decide to move on, and it's gonna be great for her. I see the sun card on that side of it, so if she decides to go, it's definitely gonna be good for her. And that's what I got. You want her to stay close, but I don't know.
Mhm. But if it's
They
good
do
for
get
her,
up and go and leave, Alicia. Look where you at and look where your mama at.
good point.
Exactly. They do float on.
Yeah. Yeah, but you
Yeah,
know what? They do find their way back home from time to time, and that
exactly.
makes it makes the visit even more poignant because it's not there all the time.
I asked
And
Brandon because he goes on break next week. I said, "Are you coming home?" He said, "Well, why?" I said, "Because I need to know if I need to buy groceries. The milk I got in there is probably the same milk I had last time you was here, so I probably need to update them groceries a little bit."
I love it. I love it. That's it's interesting because we when Michael's not here and it's just two of us here, we don't drink milk. We don't do those things, and so and I don't drink milk at all. But Ed uses it for his coffee, and so he'll come home sometimes on the weekend. He's like, "The milk's bad," and I'm like, I don't know. I don't use it. So you should have let me know. Just let me know. I'll get you some milk.
And that's what I want to know. And I have to buy cereal and things like that because when he's here for a week, we'll probably go through 3, 4 boxes of cereal.
Yeah.
When I'm here, we there's no cereal in the house because what is it here for?
Yeah. That's,
So,
I hear you. I hear. I went yesterday I took my mother-in-law to Lily Market, the Asian
oh
market.
yeah, that used to be my spot.
Oh, she loves it because the plantains that Lily Market gets are some of the closest that she can get to what she gets in Puerto Rico. The other places, local grocery stores, the regular ones, they don't get good plantains. And when
Oh
she makes her
really?
plantain dishes, the flavor really is important. So I take her to Lily Market, and then she gets the plantains there. And of course, the veggies are cheap and some other stuff. And so when I go though, I get goat meat because Ed loves goat meat, and it's one of the few places you can go and get goat meat. And so I
Someone
get
was just asking me about curry goat.
uh-huh. Oh, it's good. And what I do with it is I do it sofrito style. I do it in Puerto Rican style. And so I do that. And then Ed likes, so I mean, and when I go there, I get the more unique things to make. And so I got the goat meat, and then I also got some gizzards and
Oh,
some hearts.
God, what you know
Um,
about the gizzards?
oh no, I make chicken. I make chicken gizzards and chicken hearts. I make them chicken fricassee style. So they're actually fricasseed. Oh yeah. And Ed loves it. Now I don't eat them, but what happens is I make them and then I wrap them up, and then he takes them with him to Kingman on the weekdays.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Yeah. So I make that for him, and he
A
likes
nice
it.
little popper. Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and he doesn't like the liver. He doesn't, and I don't put liver in there because he doesn't like the liver, so we don't get it. But the gizzards he likes and the hearts he likes. And so I make them for him, and then his mom will make him. If she doesn't make him sometimes, and I'll make it. I'll make oxtails because he likes those too. So again, unique things. And so that's why we go to Lily Market, because we pick up those things. And then there's also the
It's a
Europe.
nice place.
Oh yeah,
Every
and
now and then I can catch some green tomatoes there too.
yes, yes, very seldom, but it is. And when I get them,
Every
I
now
snap
and
them
then,
up.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And so I got that, and the other things that we like up there, and then also the Korean barbecue sauce. They're one of the few places that sell really good Korean barbecue, and so I get their Korean barbecue sauce.
Vanessa says her husband eats fried pig blood. I don't even want to know how that's prepared. That sounds
Is that
well
like
beyond.
isn't that sausage, blood sausage? Is that what that is? That like it comes like this and it's blood sauce. They call it blood sausage.
I'm with you, Vanessa. I can't either. I don't know. Oh my gosh, that's a bit much.
Yeah.
Um, Miss Nicole Ashley. Um, are we having relationship issues? Because I heard if you don't want to stay, then go. And it seems like a country song or a melody that is where you're having a little bit of indecision as to where you want to go. And it's funny because they're showing me the two of cups, but the girl in the video, because they're showing it to me as a boy and a girl, and the girl keeps jumping back and forth like, okay, nope, I'm leaving it. Okay, I'm coming back. Okay, I'm leaving. Okay, I'm coming back. And so they keep showing me that you are popping back and forth. Oh, Don, she said no sausage, just literally the fried blood.
Oh,
But Miss Nicole, um, so are you like having some relationship like, oh, I want to stay, but I want to go kind of situations where you're not sure what you're going to do? And it's ironic because they show me, it's not ironic, but it's funny to me that they're showing me the two of swords and you're taking the blindfold off. Like maybe you romanticize things a little bit too much and you're just slinging off of the blindfold and the two of swords and you're like, and you get back up with both of your swords, but you're like, I already know the idea. I already know everything I need to know. I just need to decide and make my decision and stick to it. So I'm wondering if you're having a little bit of a relationship situation. And if it's not a romantic situation, it could be a personal situation, but they are definitely showing me a relationship kind of rift. And does the issue have to do anything with the job? Are you deciding? Are you changing job? Is something about the job or the scheduling and taking care of the kids? Is that correct? Am I on the right page? Because they're going along with the story. I just want to make sure that it's your story that I'm going along with. Um, and this is for Nicole Ashley. Now she
Nicole,
was packing up a storm. Now I don't see nothing.
yeah, she spooked me with the blood donuts. I was like,
What? Oh,
yeah,
no.
coagulated goat blood donuts.
Nope. Okay. See, y'all be doing too much. But again, I also see that it feels like it's work related and that in the end you're gonna choose the money in this situation. And I feel like you have a little like a little girl, like a mini me or something like that. I see little I possibly see two, a boy and a girl, but definitely a mini me, like maybe a 4-year old or a 6-year old. Oh, that's why they were showing me the country song. She said there is a guy she's interested in. He's too old for her, and she just found out he likes country music because it was a song, and I feel like if you let him down easy, it'll be fine. But I also there's something to do with money. This whole situation has a little bit of a money hint in the background, but I feel like you're gonna choose the money side of it, and it's gonna work out for your good. But I also see a little girl. Why do I see the little girl? She's like a mini version of you. Like when you walk, she walks hand in hand. So I believe they're showing me to show that she watches everything you do, so be careful. Is your mom on this side? Because there is a lady who is giving the warning on the other side who's saying this to me. So I don't know if it's your mother, but it's a mother figure. She's a slender, kind of tall kind of lady, maybe brownish, that kind of dish. I don't even know if they call it dishwater blonde hair, but it's darker blonde hair that may have grown out. And she's kind of sticking her hands in a little bit to help you with some things. Okay, okay. So I do feel like you're going to get another job. You took the blindfold off, and it's kind of like you seeing things for where they really are. And it's more like you're recognizing your own power because they showed me the Empress. It's like you kind of realizing you got to make better decisions, and you cannot keep making decisions based on whatever the people's need is. Well, I can't miss work because they need me. I can't do this and you're kind of finally being like, well, hold on. I have to take care of me and I have to take care of my child. So you're going to choose the side of the money in this situation. And it's coming pretty soon to you. If the offer hasn't been made, it's going to come to you. And then um who's the lady? You didn't say who the lady is. There's a lady on the other side who seems to be giving you this warning and kind of looking out for you. She's really a traditional mom because they're showing me like baked apple pie. You're in a custody battle with your baby? Huh? Okay, so you must be in a custody battle. Oh, with the guy. So are you and the guy off and on sometimes? Because it seems like you're jumping into the relationship and jumping out of the relationship, jumping in and jumping out. And these were the Two of Cups. So these are people who are a little bit more intimate than somebody you just met. So it could be also the country guy, but this seems like, on again, off again, on again, off again. Like you jump in, you jump out, you jump in, and you don't know what to do. But you're going to choose your child, and you're going to make money in this situation. And then there's somebody in the background who's a very traditional mom. When I say traditional, like probably stay at home mom, worked, very housemaker type person. She's showing me herself as a younger person. Um, and that's what I got for you, Miss Ashley. Do you want a little boy? That's the one thing, because the little boy was like, Is it that you want a little boy? Or no, wait, did you say you have 4 kids or something about multiple kids? Because I see another little boy, a little blonde haired little boy, and that's it.
Super. If you have a birthday this week, last week, next week, or we missed it all together, this is for you. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Now, someone on the to my right, nope, that my left. Sorry, went backwards here. Someone just had one, if I'm not mistaken. She didn't say much about it, but Miss Angie had just turned 29 again.
29 again. Again.
Exactly. So for Miss Angie specifically, we're doing it one more time, and this is only for Miss Angie this time. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya.
On cakes, because if you're signed up for your email birthday, they give you a free one. And they give you a while to go and get it. And I totally forgot because they actually bought me nothing but cakes on my birthday, and it was delicious.
Were they good? They're always good though. That's the good part, you know. Which one is your favorite again? I forget.
Uh, I mostly the strawberries and cream one. Like if you're ever gonna just be like, what does Angie like, that one? But I also like the carrot cake and the snickerdoodle. Donna like them all, so it
Yeah.
don't even matter.
I'm still weak for the red velvet. I'm just a sucker for red velvet. I don't know why.
It is really good too. The
Okay.
chocolate chips are a little bit different for me in theirs, but I don't mind. I'm not gonna kick
It,
it out.
what's interesting is that there's so many people. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about that recipe. So many people make red velvet very dry, and I don't know if it's because the chocolate or what it is. I have no idea. But that place does not make a dry cake in the bunch. They're all moist.
Listen, it'd be so rich and good, Don. Oh my gosh! Before you know it, you done ate that whole little bunch.
Exactly.
You're on the
Yeah.
sugar high. Miss Nicole, I do see the little boy. You said you wanted one. I think you are. Oh, I just thought I wanted a boy yesterday. Oh, I do see that you probably will have a boy, and I do see some great things happening for you in job wise. You'll get this new job, but I feel like you'll decide even that you want even more, and you'll change your whole career. Like whatever you do now seems to be more admin or something like that. And I see you maybe going into the medical field because they're showing me like a medical office, but not necessarily the nursing part of it. So just maybe you'll enter into a different part of healthcare. But I do see you changing kind of what you do career wise, and it'll be a good fit for you. I think you kind of want a 9 to 5 or something like that because your baby's about to go to school or is in school, and you figure you should be like you can work while she's at school, and then you'll have more time with her. And I see you two making brownies together or something about a little bitty oven, but I see you two cooking together, you and your daughter. Those are great memories for her. Make sure you take lots of pictures. And something about a flip book, like I see you flipping through memories or something like that. So make her a book. I don't know if she likes to read or something, but there's something about you and her flipping through a book and you see pictures and things together. And all those are great things. She's a really girly little girl because I see like the nails and you kind of pampering her, but she's a tough and rugged little girl outside too. She can hold her own, so don't play with her. And maybe she'll get into soccer or some kind of running because I see her outside playing. But she's an amazing little girl and she'll have a great time. I don't know why you're worried about her going to school. So it's either the school system that you live in or it's just you with like your baby going off to school. But there's some little worry for you about school. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. She is greatly protected. I see like angel ladies that follow her or fairies because they have wings. But then I also feel like your people on the other side look out for her. Well, I don't know why specifically her. She doesn't seem like she's the only grandchild, but specifically there's something about her that is being watched. And does she wear glasses or are you thinking that she might need glasses? Because I see her in cute little glasses, but that may be old or maybe 6 or 7. But things are gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. And that's what I got for Miss Nicole.
Super good energy. That's good and
Oh,
good
Vanessa
reading.
says you have to add sour cream when making red velvet. Listen, I don't bake from scratch anymore or at all, so I have no idea what you're saying.
Yeah, I've not made that cake before. I've made others, but not that one.
Oh,
And so
really?
I have no clue how to make it. And the problem is I have no patience for baking. I have none.
Yeah.
You know, I can cook all
You
day
know, with
long.
everything else, you could throw a little here, throw a little there. Baking, you need to be a little bit more precise. You can't just
Yeah,
be flinging stuff
especially
around.
especially with cakes and things like that because they rise, and if you don't get the this right or that right, it's like, oh, come on. And then you have to wait an hour and then figure out whether it's right or wrong. No, 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 no. I give me a little splash here and a little, and then oh, that's good. Or, oh no, no, that's not so good.
So I applaud all you bakery cake baking people. It's just it's beyond my pay grade. I can't do that.
No, absolutely. Don't forget, folks, while you are here, please hit those like, share, subscribe, and follow buttons and help us grow our channel. We would appreciate it. So here's the reminder. He's
Miss
back in
Bonnie
the
says she makes a moist velvet. It's funny, where were you all those years we lived in the same city? We never heard any of this. Now that you're a whole half a country away,
Mhm.
you do everything. What is the
I was just
problem? Be
thinking the
quiet.
same thing, Angie. You're not alone because I'm like, wait a minute. She's every week. She's like, I make this, I bake this, I cook. But I don't remember having any of that when you lived here. Hmm.
Exactly.
So, Bonnie, why were you holding out on us here? Hmm. Oh, the one cake I do make is the pineapple upside down cake because Ed loves that, and so I'll make that one. That's the one I will do.
You can make that for me all the time for my birthday. And my grandmother didn't always make it the upside down way. She made some kind of like she made this. She took crushed pineapples and made this kind of topping that was
Mhm,
that went on top of her cakes or whatever
mhm,
to make it like it was just good. My grandmother and my aunt used to make that for me all the time. It was one of my favorites.
mhm. Yep, and about the only pie I bake is pecan, and that's about the only one I
Oh,
bake. Yeah.
Listen, I had Sam Club pecan pie or Costco. I don't even remember which one it was. But I went and a one year and they were, I think it was Costco. They were it was around that season and so they were like, "Oh, you can taste it." So I tasted the pumpkin, the pecan, and
Mhm.
maybe I don't was it sweet potato? I know pumpkin and the pecan and it was delicious. And I
Yeah.
ended up buying both and of course we couldn't eat all that. You get a huge pie from Costco
Costco's pies are like this. They're like the
for like
sun.
$5.
Yeah, yeah, and they do taste good. You're right. The pumpkin pie at Costco. Oh my gosh, it is
And
really
I had
that
never
good.
had pecan pie, so I didn't know what I was eating. It was good. I was like, this is a
Mhm.
nice way to eat these pecans. I like it.
Now I've never had a sweet potato pie before, and of all the things, and it was interesting because I was in Walmart, um, gosh, maybe last year, 2 years ago, and they had Patty LaBelle's pies, and one of her pies is that pie. And I said,
Oh,
I
really?
never tried it, so why not try, why try? And so I figured, so I did, and it was actually impressive, but to me, it tasted the same. I don't know if it's because of the way in which they make the flavors of the thing. So the actual sweet potato didn't taste much different than the pumpkin.
Exactly.
And I think it's because the spices they use or whatever, because that's what the binded.
The pumpkin pie, that's what makes it different for me. And I like that spice over whatever you put um in the sweet potato pie. And my mom got mad. You can add that to the sweet potato pie, but you didn't. Like don't get mad at me because that's the difference and that's the thing that I like. That's not how you make yours traditionally. I know you
Mhm.
can, but that's the thing that I remember that made me decide that I like pumpkin over sweet potato.
Was this
Oh, it
Kelvin?
might be a predator in here.
Yeah, Kelvin, we got something
Oh,
for
do we
you.
got more than one?
I don't know. I guess they're
Oh,
hitting
because
all
there's
calls.
a Sahi and a Kel.
Yeah, they're like double, like the AI
Yeah,
maybe generated. I don't know.
yeah. Oh my
This
God.
this is for you both. How's this?
You listen to me, Mr. Grand High Poobah of Upper Butt Crack. I'm just about
until your resume is equivalent to mine.
That's my one right there. You know, I love that. You know, I
You
love it.
know, what drives me crazy about that one is I don't hear the boom sound. The boom sound disappeared, and so I
Oh,
got to
it
figure out
did
what.
disappear. Yeah.
Remember, it used to go boom, and it doesn't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So, and let me get back to.
Um, Xavier. Gosh, I started your reading. I totally messed up on it, and I totally forgot. Let me see. I think you just wanted some guidance, and I started it, and we started talking about cake, and I missed all of it.
Oh my goodness.
But let me see, Xavier. Okay, I heard the word safe for the night, like maybe you're traveling and you're staying places. Are you like and it's not
Until your resume is equivalent to mine.
Sorry, that
worry about
didn't.
it. It didn't boom that time either, John. It didn't even show the boom that time.
No, it disappeared. I'm like, what the hell? No, yeah, sorry.
Your technical genius will fix it. Um, Xavier. So yeah, I I'm like I see you kind of moving around from place to place, like maybe you are looking for where you're going to settle down. Like I don't feel like you have a permanent place to stay at this time, Xavier, Sergio. And so is that true? Like because it said this is a safe place to go, or are you like backpacking somewhere for real and you're off in different areas? Because this was like this is a safe place for you to stay tonight, but it's temporary. I don't feel like you've made a solid decision as to where you want to stay, but I also feel like there's some factors that are preventing you from doing so. And so spirit is saying that you're looking in the wrong direction. They're saying, and I don't know why I heard look to the east, but you're also looking up and I see the star card. So it's kind of making your manifestations known or making your desires known so that you can reach those things and you can focus on the things that you want, not the things that you don't have. There is a girl, it's a little girl. I don't know if it's a little sister or a ex or a daughter, but there's a little girl that they're showing me, maybe a brown skinned little girl with curly hair or something like that. She has thick hair, the little girl. And she seems to be talking to you. So who's the little girl that I see for you, Xavier? And are you running from something? Are you trying to escape? Because they show me the Six of Swords, but you're jumping in the boat really fast and trying to take off and get away. So are you running from something? Do you have family issues or relationship issues? Okay, your daughter. Okay. Okay. So I see the little girl. She is very influential in a lot of the decisions that you make as far as how you're going to move forward. But I see you trying to escape something or move away from something like drama or whatever, and you're having a hard time getting started. It's like something is holding you there. So maybe she's what's holding you here so that you can't go too far because you want to make sure she's all right. But I do see the little girl. She's a happy little girl. She loves you a lot. She's always in your face talking to you. It seems like when she talks to you really, really, really close because she wants to make sure that you're paying attention. Because I feel like you get a little distracted or you may be on your phone or you may be doing other stuff. And she wants to make sure that you are really paying attention to what she's doing. Okay. And so I do see you trying to get away, but you're having a hard time staying away. You something keeps bringing you back, but you are maintaining your peace and you are maintaining sort of your king of I want to say maybe this is king of not king of wands, no. King of what are they showing me? Cuz it's the chess not checkers. The emperor card. You're maintaining your emperor status, but it's very hard for you to keep from um, um, to keep away from the situation. There's something about, are you unemployed at the time and you're looking for a job? Like you're having a really hard time now. It seems like financial, like a whole bunch of things are hitting you at the same time. And it's just like your higher power is saying, focus on where you want to be, what you want. Don't give up on your dream. Don't give up on your dream. Focus on that even in the hard times. And I feel like you're a little bit nomadic now, but you'll be settled in by June and you'll have a better idea of it. Where's your mom? Because I see her beckoning you to come on. So is she trying to get you to come to where she is? But why is mom pulling you? Oh, you're employed, just overwhelmed. Okay, because I see some issues with the job. Okay, or you're looking for another job because you're overwhelmed. I see you looking for employment and you're frantically looking because you really want to get out of this situation. Um, to move on to something better. And then I see your mom kind of pulling you in her direction. So is mom here and she wants you to move to where she is, or is mom passed on and she's trying to guide you in the right direction? Because there is a female that is trying to help you to move forward in some kind of way. You're taking it all in the stride. You've had your lumps and bumps because I see that you kind of have bumps and bruises all over you, but the bumps are going down because you're kind of making your way through it and things are going to get better. I do see that by June, you'll be kind of back on solid ground, stable, in a better way to do what you want to do. Because I do think you want your daughter to be with you a little bit more than she is now. Oh, you're at your mom's house at the moment. Okay, so she must want you to stay with her. She's pulling you in that direction and trying to help you out. But things are going to get better for you. Don't worry about it. It won't be too long. June will be when you're flat footed, solid ground. But as the months go into that, you'll see progress and you'll see things pick up. And if you want a new job, just state that, but make sure you state the things that you want. Don't just take whatever, like, oh, I want another job they're offering, so I'm just leaving one pot to another. I'm just hopping out of one frying pan to another. So they're saying state precisely what you want. What salary do you want? What schedule do you want? How far do you want to commute? Like be specific with your higher power so that they can help you to find those things and don't just settle. They're saying don't settle for just the next job that comes along. Pick the thing that is um um that meets your requirements or that makes you happy. So that's how I got it. And that's all I got for Xavier Dunn.
Let's see what I got for him. Xavier, the one thing that just came to me as I'm shuffling the cards was don't take the illness lightly. So someone is coming down with an illness or somebody is having some issues. Don't take it lightly. Make sure that you figure out what is happening. If it's your illness or a family member's illness, don't take it lightly. I'm feeling like somebody's going to be coming down with something, or maybe already has started down that road. But don't let it get beyond reasonable. Okay, so again, if it seems like something's hanging on a little bit, make sure you get out and you take care of it. Make sure you get some medicine, do something, because I'm feeling like this. Again, it's just like a warning, a health warning of like, don't let it get out of control. Don't let it get too bad. So take the take a an active role in your healthcare, your family's healthcare. I'm actually feeling like it's not. I don't think it's you. I think it's a family member. And so again, make sure that you stay on top of it. Okay, make sure they're staying hydrated. Make sure they're getting medicine. Make sure that they are properly taking care of themselves. That kind of thing. All right. Don't let it get too beyond. All right. That's the one thing that came out to me big time. Especially because I'm getting again like it's like again back to the cold or flu situation, maybe, because again it's the lungs and the coughing and the hacking and just that kind of thing, and the sniffly nose, the runny nose. Yeah, just take care of that. All right. Let's see what else I got for you. What else I got for you?
It
It's
says like
time.
a lung issue.
Yeah, that's what I was picking up. Yeah. Also, I'm picking up. It's time for a new pair of shoes. So, and I don't know if that's a figurative thing, or whether it's it's like I really do feel like it's actually more than just a figurative thing. I think it's actually a real thing. Check your shoes. I get the feeling like your shoes really aren't serving you well, and you're gonna start feeling them. Your legs are gonna start feeling, and probably already are feeling, a little bit more worn, and as additionally maybe even the back. And so pay a little more attention to your shoes, and get a new pair, because I feel like you need a pair. Okay. Those are
No, I
things that
don't think that
you
message was for me too. I need a new pair of shoes too.
know.
I think that's for me.
Oh my goodness.
Just
That's
one
great.
more word.
Exactly. What's another pair of shoes? What the hell, right? Anyway, that's what I get. Those are the two things I get for you. Those are the two things that popped out most.
He said they're too flat. You're right about his shoes.
Yeah. There you go. Okay.
Minute things that we pick up.
Say what?
We pick up the most minute things, the things
Yeah.
that that people wouldn't even think about, and Spirit's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, and tell them that too.
Exactly.
I have a really quick thing. I think Michael asked about a stock in here. And
Hmm.
so they're showing me 5 stocks that he must be watching. One of them has a little red indicator in the background, like a red flag, like he's watching all 5 of these stocks.
Hmm.
And this one that he has in question that he asked us about, he's noticing something that is a little bit off, so he's hesitant because they show me you stopping and not doing the actual stock. But then that one, there's another one that's coming along in maybe 2 days, probably by Saturday. I don't think that you do anything on Saturday, but they're showing me 2 or 3 days. This other one is going to come through. It's going to bump that one out, and you're going to go with that one, and that's going to be the better option. I don't even know the name of it, but you'll know it when you see it, and you'll get a good feeling, because I feel like you get some kind of heart, you get some kind of physical, I feel like Michael gets some kind of physical reaction when he knows it's a good thing, like maybe a heartbeat, a heart palpitation, something happens and he knows that it's a good thing, and he knows that this is the one over the other ones. Or for there's some kind of reaction that he gets that connects him to that one, and he'll get it. But it seems to be that there's 5 that he's watching, and they show me boom boom boom, and one of them I want to say starts with an R or something. You said something about Starbucks, but I don't think that's the star that I'm looking at. But there are 5 of them in a row. That top one's gonna fall off, and then one's gonna bump it up. And so it seems like 6, but the top one's gonna bump off, and that new one that comes in is the one that you're going to do pretty good on. And I see a 15, and I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's 1,000 or 100, but there's a 15 associated with that one, the new one that's coming in. And I feel like that's more amount what you're going to end up with than what then associated kind of with it. The 15 has something to do with it, but you'll know, and you'll get that feeling that you always do when you know it's a really good thing, it's a short thing, and you'll just go ahead. Like, you won't need to do as much research on this one as you normally do, but it'll be coming up, and I feel like it'll be in the next couple of days. Like by the weekend, you'll know what it is, and you'll get um um you'll get that indication and it'll work out for you in your favor. And it's just going to be something like a little bragging moment for yourself where you're like, I didn't even really, blah, blah, blah. I just knew it was the one. Like there's going to be something unique about it and you'll just know that it's the one. And you'll just kind of give yourself a pat on the back and you'll like it. And you'll just keep rolling through. But this one will have some kind of significance for you. And I don't know why I see some kind of award or something. And I don't know if you can get an award or some kind of achievement. Is he close to like some kind of YouTube achievement or something? Because I see like how that YouTube gives out some kind of achievement. So I see that in the background. So you're about to get some kind of certificate or something that I see that is happening, but it's all related to your own business and the things that you do for yourself. But it looks really, really good. And I feel like you're about to take a trip, but just like a family trip, like maybe somewhere just to have fun. I don't feel like it's your permanent move. You're just gonna kind of take a trip somewhere and do something fun in the next, I don't know, couple of weeks or a couple of months. I don't feel like a couple of months seems too far. The next couple of weeks, you're just gonna kind of take a fun trip with some people and just have a little fun and just unwind. But again, you're gonna figure it out by this weekend. I feel like you'll figure out what this new stock is, and it'll roll that one out, and that'll be the better option of the five. And the other four in the list, I don't really see anything happening. They're just kind of steady things, but this is one that'll give you a little bit of shock value, and you'll enjoy it. So that's what I got for what was the name on YouTube? GRM or GMR? What's the
GMR.
name? GMR. Yeah, so
GMR.
that's the name I got on her. So that's what I
Mhm.
got. All right. So I hope that helps. I hope he heard it.
Well, I actually, when as soon as you said that, I wrote down the time you started, which was
Uh-huh.
53:33, and so I
Right.
made a notation. So if you missed it,
Okay, good.
gotcha.
Okay, yeah. I
Yep.
saw it and I was just kind of him and hawing in the background, like, what is the energy? And then they started showing them to me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 in a row. And then they rolled one of them out and a new one came in, and that'll be the good one. All right.
Interesting.
And
Super.
then Francis, did you see their message about them saying that you predicted that they would get married 2 years ago and they did and they didn't believe it?
No.
There's a friend, Francis Alexis in here, and he or she, I think it's a she, is saying that 2 years ago, yeah, 2 years ago you gave me a reading. You said I was going to get married by the end of the year. At that time, I didn't believe it because I wasn't even in a relationship, but it happened. Today you popped up in my mind, and I found you again. And that's them on Facebook, and it's one of your people, Don.
I don't see that comment though.
It's
It's interesting.
way down
Oh
by,
yeah, there it
yeah,
is.
you see
Okay.
it? Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
it
they're
popped
saying
over.
that and they were asking for some general guidance.
Oh, that is so cool. Thank you, Francis, for coming in and telling us. That's great. I
That
love
is
that.
good.
Yeah, it's always nice to hear confirmation and to hear that you know it's
Francis, are you still here? And do you have two little littles? Because I see two little girls, or I see one little girl. She seems to be the older, and then there's another little kid that could be a little girl. But so, are there two little littles, or do you want two little littles? Because I see them. And they show me you standing in the door of a house, and you're looking out like there's a fenced in yard. So do you live in a house or are you seeking a house? But I see you in a house. They're very specific. With you are the one standing in the doorway looking out into the yard over the at the house. So this is either your house or you're looking for a house. You want two little girls. Okay, so I see the two little girls. I do feel like they're coming. Um, are you thinking that you might be pregnant because I feel, or have you had some difficulty getting pregnant because I see the stomach getting big, then I see the stomach getting small, then I see the stomach getting big. So is there a little bit of fear around that? Um, you are seeking a house. And so I feel like maybe there's been some issues, but the next one or the next one should be okay. Like you should make it all the way to the end. Is that correct? Are you having issues? Why are they showing you are having difficulty? Because they show me up, down, up, down. So I feel like the next one should be okay. You should be fine. They don't want you to be fearful. They want you to go about your regular life. It's something about the fluid. Is it something that you're drinking, or what is the problem that happens? Okay, because there's something about the glasses of water. They want you to stay hydrated, or something that they're showing me that you need to be mindful of with this one when you get pregnant. Take it easy, but don't be like over superly cautious, like obsessive with it. You'll be fine. There is a female that is holding your womb at the bottom. So it seems to be you was a problem with your uterus and not being able to hold the baby. There's something, this person is holding their hands there and it's glowing. So they're either repairing the issue or they're holding it in for you. It seems to be a female that is passed on, maybe a grandmother, because her hands are a little bit wrinkled and they're a little bit darker, as I remember my grandmother's hands when she was older. And you don't really drink that much water. So they're saying you need to stay more hydrated. And this person seems to be somebody from the past who is helping you. And it feels like she may be sick. Were you thinking about naming one of the little girl Alexis? I know that's your middle name, but is that something, Alexa, or something to play on your name in some kind of way for one of the little girls? Because she's showing me the little girl and sending her to you, but she's going to hold the womb shut, or she's helping with whatever the issue is. But it seems to be an older lady in your ancestry line, so it doesn't even have to be your grandmother. So it could be somebody further down, but she sees your difficulty and she's stepping in to be that hand. Now, are you rediscovering traditional, like African values or something like that? Like you're stepping away from Oh, you were thinking about giving her your grandmother's name, okay? Because they showed me the name and they were very specific that it was something that was already used in your family. So they're showing me the name, and it's going to be like it. They're showing me that it's popping like this. So the baby is going to happen. Like they're showing it to me like this because her name is popping. She's going to happen. But also the person on the other side is helping you with the womb issue. And you're gonna find a different doctor. I feel like it's either you have a female now or you're going to a male, or you have a male now and you're going to a female, because I see the change in roles in your doctor. And this will be somebody who you feel cares about your well-being and gives you better advice. You are very much going to have to watch your nutrition, take your vitamins, and be more aware of your diet with this situation. But I do see the two little girls and maybe even a little boy. Does your spouse want a little boy? Because I feel like the son will be the last one that you have, and you'll do fine with it. And I feel like they'll be boom, boom, boom. Like um, you'll have them back to back to back. So it'll be like a 4-year-old, 2-year-old, and a newborn. So I feel like that's how it's gonna go. I do see you moving out of the state that you're in, but your person seems to be wanting to go with you. So you just haven't decided. But I do feel like you are going to move to a different state. And then what's with the barbecue? Do you want barbecue? Are you craving barbecue? What's with the barbecue? Because I don't feel like you're having a barbecue, but it feels like a food. Do you crave barbecue when you're pregnant? There's something about barbecue and you wanting some barbecue, the actual barbecue ribs. And then there's one other thing that your ancestors are saying that you are not doing. You're not listening to something. It's like they're giving you the exact thing that you should be doing for to make money or to move forward in your career, and you're not listening to something. You're throwing it off. Like they're connecting with you in different ways, and you're not listening to what it is. I feel like they ride with you in the car. I feel like they walk with you as you do. You walk through the neighborhood. You don't really like barbecue. They're showing me barbecue, and it's a craving that you're wanting the barbecue. It's not something different. So maybe with this baby you'll want barbecue, but I'm assuming that there's something about the barbecue and you strongly desire to have it. And then do you walk through the neighborhood? Because I feel like the birds chirping and I hear all that, and it's just kind of confirmation, but you're discrediting all your thoughts as just coincidence, when it's really your loved ones that have crossed over that are really trying to talk to you and putting these thoughts in there, like, oh, I should just add maple syrup to that recipe and make it a good recipe. Like they're giving you these clues and you're discrediting them as things that are not good. Okay, so they do show me you walking through the neighborhood and they're walking with you and they're talking to you, but you're not paying attention. You're just disqualifying what they're saying. It's not like you're too into everything else that's going around in nature. You're just not focusing on the messages that you receive. So when you go on this walk, speak out loud to whatever relative that you know that's crossed over, or just speak out loud to your higher power. But they're trying to reach you. So when you go on your walk, allow them, tell them, like, if it's a pure positive spirit that's for your greatest and highest good, they can communicate with you. Ask them to show you pictures or images or give you memories or song, however it is that you need the confirmation, but you decide so that you know, but they are talking to you and you're just not getting it. And so that's what I got for you, Miss Francis.
Let me see what I pick up.
Hi, Trey from Twitch. We're acknowledging we do see you.
Oh, absolutely. Good to see you in. Love to see Twitch folks coming in. Watch your finances is one thing's coming out. Be careful with what you're spending money on. Just pay attention to the bottom line. Make sure what's coming in is going. What's coming in does not. What's going out does not exceed what's coming in, because I'm getting an imbalance there. And so be careful not to get into a situation. There's going to be an unexpected expenditure that's coming up in the next month or so, and you don't want to be caught short. Okay, and so make sure again that you're having more money come in than go out every month, every week, every paycheck, however you want to break it down, and put a little bit aside specifically for, again, over the next 2 to 3 months, for an additional expenditure that's coming along. It's not going to break the bank, but it is going to be a little bit costly. And so if you have a little bit put aside, it'll take a little stress from you. Okay. There are imbalances in your finances, okay, but make sure that you work on getting them, because again, there's going to be something that triggers or happens over the next, again, two so months, that's going to put more strain. So just make sure you're prepared for that, and when it comes, then it's taken care of. Okay, that's the one thing I'm picking up. Be strong. Just push on through. There are times where you get to say, hey, we don't need that one extra this, or we don't need that extra this, or do we need to go out this weekend or have a meal out versus meal in, or do we have a little bit of this versus a little bit of that? However you want to do it, just pay attention, okay? Because again, that imbalance, when time comes and you're stressed because of the unexpected expenditure, it's just going to add more stress to you. So this way you're prepared more, okay? So keep that in mind. That's the only thing that really popped out. That tended to just really get my attention. Okay. So.
Dre, you are asking for a relationship reading, and we just don't do those kind of readings here. Look at the word that you put X in there. So don't even worry about it. Just keep it moving.
X and deleted. X and deleted in the same sentence kind of gives you a story.
And also, I don't feel like it was an authentic account. Shoot, what is her name? I just saw Vanessa. I did not get to see what age you're turning, but you mentioned something about a birthday reading. I feel like 40 has passed, like that age has passed, and you wanted to do something very significant for that birthday, like take a trip or do something memorable, and it just didn't happen for you. And so you're past that, but you still are hanging on to, like, I still want to do that. And I feel like you'll do it, but you're waiting for a significant time, like, oh, maybe I'll wait to 45, or oh, I'll wait to 50. And I heard time waits on no man. If you want to take this special trip, Miss Vanessa, go ahead and take the trip now. Go ahead and make the plans now. Don't put off for tomorrow something that you can do now. You don't have to wait till you're 45 to do it. You don't have to wait till blah blah blah. So whatever it is that you want to do, go ahead and make those plans and go forward with it. Because I feel like whenever is it Jamaica? Where is it that you wanted to go? Because there was something that you wanted to do for your 40th. You wanted to do it big. Like I see that and like it was like kind of like a firecracker or one of those big things that was flaming that was supposed to be a big, like firecracker thing that'll be on a cake, but it fizzled out and you didn't get to have what you wanted. You seemed like you celebrated, but not in the fashion that you wanted to. And I don't know if that it was a financial thing or was it like a scheduling thing. You couldn't get it done, but you wanted to do something very significant for 40 and you didn't do it. So I feel like it'll come up and then it'll be something serendipitous too. Like it'll be that birthday celebration, but it'll be something else. Like maybe somebody's wedding or baby announcement or something. There's going to be something extra significant about this celebration whenever you plan it and you're just going to enjoy it. And I see a lot of like maybe, I don't know if it's a girl's trip, but I see a lot of people being happy and toasting with you because they're showing me um, the three of pentacles. I mean, sorry, the three of cups. Are you planning a wedding too? Like who's getting married? Because it seems like a celebration. So is that what the serendipitous thing is going to be? Like a wedding and a birthday celebration? What is it? The wedding thing or something? Is somebody getting married? And then are you getting pressure to stay at a job that you don't want to? Because I hear somebody saying jobs don't jump ship. And so I feel like you want to leave your job, but somebody's guilting you or pressuring you into staying at this place and you don't want to. It's a male voice that is talking to you. So I don't know if that's a spouse or somebody, but they're trying to encourage you to be practical and stay there, but you're just not happy and you want to move on. Ultimately, you need to move on because that's your joy and happiness and that's where your mental peace is. I just don't feel like you're happy. Oh, your daughter's graduating from college. Okay. So there's something twofold that's going to happen at this celebration. But one of the things seems to be related to you. So either somebody's going to announce that they're pregnant and they're related to you, or somebody's going to, but it's going to be a double celebration. It's not just going to be whatever it is. Like it's going to present as that thing, but there's going to be here's an extra on top of that, that you're going to get. And then for your job, go ahead and look for something else. Whoever it is that's telling you to stay, they really don't understand that it's really a struggle for you to get up every day and either go to that job or just do that job because you're just not happy. And I don't think that it's any one specific thing. It's just overall, this just isn't it. Like I don't know what it could be like maybe if I was a librarian, I don't know that I would be that happy with it. And not to say that librarian isn't a good thing because I need them every time I go to the library, but I just don't know that a job that needs me to be that quiet would be that great for me because I like to talk, 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 talk. And so it's just something that's aesthetic for you. Like you really need to figure out what it is that brings you joy and pursue that. I do feel like you're kind of with the social media something. Is that true? Is that what they're showing me? That you like I will hope it's a pregnancy from one of my sisters. Okay, so it feels like something that is double for you, Miss Vanessa. So I don't know what it is. And then oh, your job is unsure as a state worker. But I feel like you'll move on from that. But it'll be your decision. I don't feel like they will let you go. I feel like you'll move on just for something that gives you less anxiety because I do feel the anxiety. I do see the nine of swords with it, but you'll move on and you'll make a better decision and you'll enjoy it and it'll be more money. And it's something about savings. You'll start to be able to save your money. So that'll be good for you too. Like you'll be able to start having extra with it, whatever this new job is. Okay. So that's what I got from Miss Vanessa Dawn.
Super.
Oh, oh, okay. Oh, both of your kids are are in college.
Hey, Barb Ross, good to see you in. Also, folks, if you ever use Scentsy products, you need to reach out to Barb Ross. She's one of Scentsy's best Scentsy salespeople. So if you like Scentsy and their scents and their smells and stuff, and you're looking for products and things, that's the one to do it. That's Barb Ross. Also, one thing I was picking up, I'm like delayed in my thinking. It's crazy. It's like it flooded in, and that is in reference to what you were saying when you said Michael and the Starbucks thing. I would say I would advise him specifically on Starbucks, not on the other ones, because you touched on the other ones. But the one thing I was picking up on Starbucks is I would not do a swing trade on Starbucks. I don't think there's not enough margin to get a swing trade out of it. But what I would do is I would probably day trade it, because I think that it's going to go down a little bit, not go up. I think it's going to go down a little bit, and I think that it's going to swing very well throughout the
How
day.
they saw it, but I was scared that I saw him use the word swing, so but I kept seeing it going back and forth like this, and I
I
felt
do
like there was
too.
something else that was going to pop in.
Yep.
That's the
So,
red flag I think that I saw behind one of them. Okay.
yeah, I'm looking, and it's interesting because I'm seeing like a $15 swing swing in price every interday, which means during each day, I'm seeing like a low end in the 100 and whatevers, and the higher end closer to 118, 119, and that's kind of a great range. But I don't think from day to day we're going to see a difference very much. So I think it's going to close like somewhere around the same number, maybe a little bit different. So as a swing trader, folks, if you know, a swing trader is somebody who buys it today and maybe holds it for tomorrow or the next day and then gets out, versus a day trader, which will buy intraday. So they'll buy that day and then they'll sell that day. So I think that Starbucks, Michael, would be a great play for a day trade, and I would look and wait for it hitting to a low and then buying in the low and dumping at the high. But as a swing trade, I don't get a good feeling about a swing trade. I feel like from day to day, it's not going to change much. It's the intraday is the change, not the day to day. So
Oh,
that's
wow.
kind of what I was picking up. Yeah, and
Little lesson for us all right there, just in finances, guys.
yeah. Because I was plugging in my brain saying, you know, what I was sending. It's funny, folks. This is another thing too. Angie and I've talked about this over and over again for you guys. Remember, you have a spirit team. Remember, you have a spirit team. Your spirit team is around you. We all have them. They're your spirit guides. They're your gatekeeper. They're your protective mechanisms, the protective energies. And so, if you're dabbling into or going into an area that you don't really know enough about, or that you want more from, what you do is you contact your spirit team and you tell them, hey, can you all go out and find me somebody with this information? And that's kind of
Let
what
me tell
happens
you,
when
that works. It definitely works. I'm
it
telling
does.
you, it works. Don's only said it 500,000 times online, and I was,
Mhm.
you just kind of glaze over. And then one day I was like, you know what, I really need some help on blah blah blah, or I mentioned whatever it was, and then the information just came back to me, or came to me in the fashion that I needed it to be on something that I had no clue on.
Yeah. So what happened is right during the time that you mentioned that, and then I'm like, I don't know, because I haven't paid attention to Starbucks. I don't know much about that. I just, except for you and I were talking earlier, that's about it. You know, the drinks. And so while you were doing that, and while I sent my team out and said, hey, find me somebody who knows Starbucks, and that's the information that came back.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm delivering. I wish I could say that I own that information. I would love to say, gosh, I'm that bright in the sense that I know that much. I don't know that much about Starbucks because I haven't paid attention. That was my spirit team. My spirit team came back and told me that, and so that's what I'm picking up. I will, when we go off of here, I will go look up Starbucks and see if what they've delivered to me is right. I feel very confident in the information they're giving me, you know, and that's why I repeated it. So folks, have the confidence, have the faith, have the conversation with your spirit team. If you're looking for answers, you're looking for direction, ask them. If they speak to you as they speak, that's wonderful. If they don't, they'll drop information in. If they can't do that and you don't pick up that way, look for signs. You'll see something flash. You'll hear something. You'll whatever. There's so many different ways in which we hear from our spirit guides. No one way is the only way, because everybody picks it up differently. But be open to asking, and then be open to receiving however you may receive. And it is a blessing when it happens. I promise you.
Janice is asking how to communicate with her spirit team. I'm going to tell you flat out, your spirit team immediately showed me that the other day you were driving down the street or some kind of way, you passed a billboard and you read it and it kind of fit your situation, or it hit home with you, and you completely discounted that message that they came from you, because everybody think their spirit guide is going to talk to them in some, Samuel L. Jackson or some kind of loving way.
Aren't you
Hello,
good
Angie,
people?
it is I am guide you. That's not how they do it. They come in every single way. I wrote something down in a book, and they told me to look, and I was journaling, and they said, look at 219. I didn't look at, and I just went on with my day. This was 218. They told me it was 219. I went back and looked at my book a couple days later and noticed, and I realized what the 219 meant. They're going to talk to you in different ways. Don just posted this Meet Your Spirit Guides meditation. You can use that to help you, but it's just as easy as we do. Like Don said, in this conversation, he told his spirit guides, go out and find me somebody. They came right back in this 20 minutes here and gave him the information he needs. It's not about a long drawn out thing. We complicate it a little bit too much by trying to make it seem like our team has to be some official royal treatment and we have to set up a spa meditation for them to come talk to us. They'll talk to you at any given time in the shower. My guys talk to me a lot in the shower. And if I'm not mistaken, our mentor says that she has a meeting with her spirit team every morning when she's in the shower so she can decide how to move through her day. So it's just about actually talking to them out loud in a journal, asking them to come to you in a dream, asking them whatever it is. It's just like you're talking to me or like I'm talking to you. You talk to them the same way. A lot of times they're comfortable with you when you're in the car by yourself and they'll kind of try to communicate with you because it's just you two. They may send you a song. You may hear a commercial that piques your interest and you're like, oh, you know what? I was thinking about doing that too. And so the next thing you know, every commercial or every advertisement is the same thing that you were thinking about doing. That's them giving you the confirmations. But to you, it's just, why do I keep seeing this? And you're discrediting it. There's so many ways that they communicate with you. So don't think that you have to hear it the way that I do it or see it or just know it. They'll figure out a way to communicate with you. You just have to tune into what they're saying and believe that that's what you're receiving, not that it's a coincidence. Janice, you do. And they're showing me, they were showing me like, so maybe you were driving down the street. It's a billboard. They are clearly showing me a big white billboard and it just has black lettering or red lettering on it. And you read the message on the billboard and you kind of thought, that's kind of unique or it made sense to you. And you kept on with your day. That was a message. So, that was one of the ways that they were trying to communicate with you. But again, you just took it as blah, 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 whatever. Seeing a billboard of something that you were already considering is confirmation. It's not just a coincidence. You were brought to the awareness of that, but they're showing me a billboard, a big white billboard along the street. So I don't know if you were driving or you were a passenger, but I see you looking up at this billboard. It's just an all white billboard with just lettering on it. There's no pictures or anything. And you read the message and it hit home for you, but you just kind of kept on going with your day. And so that's what I got for you, Janice. Or that's about spirit guide.
Yeah. But yeah, and again, the key, Angie said, speak to them like you're speaking to me, like you'd speak to us, like you'd speak to anybody who's sitting in with you. And then don't be surprised when they respond, but be open to the response. Sometimes we say we're open, but we don't. We tend to not.
And that's the question. That's our question. How do I be open?
So the best part is to be open to it. Again, you can do the candle exercise. I have a different video for that, but this one is going to be beneficial for you in so many ways. It's a guided meditation, so I guide you through the process. But the good part is that the first part will help you to ground you and get your chakras going. However, again, I stress, as Angie's already said, you actually don't need anything special as long as you can open yourself up and say, you know what, I'm ready, I'm willing, and I'm going to hear it. Again, it's all about preparing you for it. But if your chakras are out of alignment or other things are happening, it makes it a little more difficult. However, we are in a cycle right now where the planets have just come through an alignment. We had 7 planets aligned at the same time, and we have so many other things going on astrologically and astronomically, because they're astronomy is based to astrology. They're connected in that sense. When you have this much going on and we have this much crazy energy happening in the world, and you can never convince me it's not crazy because we're doing crazy times. All that energy is high, and when your energy is high, you are now as a world, we are closer to with our energy levels than the spirit, because spirit energy is always high as well. And so that veil is very thin right now. And so we are able now to connect that we, and so then more so than ever before. So if you have ever had problems, yes, put them aside, because today, this time, at this moment, and for the next few weeks at least, the energy is high enough that you're going to be able easier to access the other side, easier to go across that veil. So this is the time to do it. This is, if you're going to ever do it, this is the time to do it. Only because the environment, the time, the part in history where we are has made that easier for us. It's not even us, it's the energy itself. Okay. So there you go. Also, before I move on, today, Karen, what is that? It's like Bonafiglio, I think is how I say it. I hate to destroy it. But anyway, Karen Bonafiglio released my interview with her. I did an interview with her last month, I think it was, for her podcast. And so she released that interview today, and it's up. And she kind of gave me free reign to go off, and I went off. Uh, but it's interesting because it's going to answer some of the questions we just had with this young lady, because in that interview, I talk about spirits and spirit guides and all those things. And so we go into that, and the gatekeeper, because she, when I told her about gatekeeper, even Karen had not heard of gatekeeper before. So the good part is, if you listen to this interview, again, just take your phone and click on this, and I'll also put the link in the chat itself. But check out this interview. It'll cover some of the territory that Angie and I are talking about right now. Okay. So, and it was a good interview, only 45 minutes long, but it was good. And there's a second one that I did with her, and that one's coming out in I think like 2 weeks, and that one's all about mediumship, and that one's kind of cool too.
Janice, you don't have to figure out how to become more balanced. One of the things that I do, because you're saying you're having trouble with meditation, everybody doesn't traditionally meditate, and you may have some kind of block in you because you think that you have to meditate a certain way. My meditation isn't the traditional meditation, sitting down, listening to music or listening to guided meditation all the time. You meditate in different ways. When I go for a walk outside, my guides talk to me a lot. When I work my second job, it's a very repetitive job in a warehouse. So I'm always getting messages from them. I'm seeing them, I'm hearing them, because I'm out of, you're basically getting out of your logical mind and just allowing your higher power to speak to you. You said you speak out loud to yourself, speak out loud to your higher power. Like I can say, oh my gosh, Angie, why did you do that? But I could also say to my guides, please help me to figure this out. Let me know what I'm doing that I need to correct this. And so you can either call it by your higher power. You can ask for your guide to identify themselves, to go by a name. I don't care what their name is. So I just kind of, whoever's available who wants to take on this tragedy that is me, then you can go ahead and speak to me. But you just speak to them. Like, I specifically want to talk to a deceased loved one, so when I journaled in my book, all my journal entries were dear that person's name. So I specifically called him in because that's who I want to talk to. If you want to specifically talk to a deceased relative, then you speak to that person. You speak to the person that you want to talk to. If you wanted to talk to Mir Don, you wouldn't, you would just talk to us. You would walk up to us, you would speak to us by name, or you would talk out loud to us. You wouldn't assume that we know everything about you, or just, it's the same way that you communicate with the living, the same way you communicate with your spirit guides. They just have a different way to communicate it back to you. When you go to bed at night, you could also say, I would like to meet my spirit guide. Can you show me who that is? Or identify yourself in my dreams, and that I remember. You have to ask that you remember, because you can go through all that and not remember any of it. But again, it may take you a couple times of doing Don's meditation. And like I tell people all the time, I have a playlist that's about 8 hours, and I call it repeat. And when I go to bed at night, I put one headphone in and I just listen to it all night. And you could listen to Don's. Don has multiple guided meditations. You could put all of them in a playlist and just listen to them and let them play all night, and get the messages from that. I try to find the ones that have the least amount of ads in them. But again, find some and just make you a playlist and just listen to them. You can listen to it throughout the day. If your chakras are out of line, go on YouTube and say chakra healing, and there'll be 5,000 videos in there about chakra healings, and you just listen to that music and you allow that music to help you. You don't have to specifically know, oh, now my chakras are aligned, and have a specific feeling. Sometimes it's just allowing those little things to help you. we complicate it a lot by thinking that it's going to be like a magic wand, or I'm going to get like something different's going to happen to me when my chakras are aligned. Like I'm now going to see the Buddha, or I'm going to see Jesus. It's just a different feeling and a different way that you react to things that are around you. So you have to figure it out. But again, if you're interested in it, you also need to find a tribe or a group of people who are also interested in it, who can help you to understand what you're receiving, how you're receiving, and what you're doing, and also support what you're doing to help you and guide you along to do it. We have the Tuesday night class that we have every Tuesday at 6 p.m. It's a private link through Zoom. You email Don's email address right down there. Say you're interested in Tuesday class. He will then send you the link. It's Tuesday Mountain Standard Time, so Arizona time. And so then you just you click on the link, you come in there. We don't record it; it's private, and we just help each other to grow in our spirituality. We're not necessarily teaching anything; we're just helping you to identify the skills that you already have.
Exactly.
So that's what I got.
Exactly. And remember, these are guided meditations, so you don't have to do anything but sit and listen and visualize if you can. So that's good. So who is next,
Yeah.
Miss Angie? Who is
Who you want to do? Don. Cheryl Ann has been asking, may I have a reading about my future? Is there anything in store for me coming soon? Please and thank you. Or there's a Katie Bradley. So there's a few
I'm
people in
good.
here. Just whoever
No,
you.
tell me which one. We're good.
We can go with Cheryl Ann and then the Katie lady
Okay.
after that. Miss Bonnie says she's going to bed. She's getting used to the time change. You do guys do know that the time change is Sunday, and it crept up on us real fast.
All right. Talk to you later, Miss Bonnie.
Hi, is it Shannon Lee? Shannon. Oh my gosh. Hi, Shannon Lee. Jimmy, I don't think I have anything for you this weekend, or anything new for you. The energy isn't going to change much. If we've read you within the last month, it's not going to be a big change in anything that we told you. You're just basically looking for a daily card pull at that point.
Exactly.
So the email address that Don had on there, on the screen, when I was talking, Miss Janice, that's how you connect with us. You get that email address, you email, and you just say, I'm interested in Tuesday night class, and then somebody will email you back. So that email address right there, advice@sonoranmystictarot.com. So go ahead and email that, and then that's how you'll get into class. Okay. Oh, but don't think that you're just coming to sit. We're going to participate. We're going to put you right to work. And not to be scary or anything, because there's no judgment and everybody's at a different level. And so nobody's like a pro and nobody's a beginner. Everybody's learning something from everybody. There's no judgment at all. And we just want to get you comfortable with what you're seeing, what you're feeling. And a lot of people come not because they want to do this, that what we're doing, they just want to understand their own selves better. And so we help them even with that too. So there's no pressure to think, oh, I got to read a whole bunch of other people. You're just learning to trust the information that you're receiving. So I want you to
And
know
some
that
people
too.
like just being around the metaphysical community and metaphysically minded community because they feel akin to it, and so they'll come in and they'll pick up what they can, and they're okay with it, which is nice, and we're okay with it.
You don't know how many times I've been listening to any number of the other people that are live in our group, and I'll get a little message, and I'll be like, "Oh, that kind of makes sense to me." They don't have to be talking directly to you for you to get the message and it to apply to you, or just to get a little nugget of information. Like, I never even thought of that. That's a whole different perspective. So just being absorbed in it, like getting that kind of community, getting that kind of like-minded thinking to help you to open up
Hmm.
yourself, because now you have people who understand what you're going through, have been through, and maybe be experiencing the same things, and they can help you with things that they've done to deal with it. All right. So if you're ready to do Cheryl Ann, you can go ahead, Don. I haven't tapped into her
Okay.
energy yet. Okay.
Mm. Cheryl, I would say the one thing I'm picking up for you, and don't know what's coming down the pike for you specifically, but I think I would avoid any major decisions over the next month. I'm really getting a caution sign, not a stop sign, but a caution sign. And usually when that happens, I went through my list in my head. Okay, what is this connecting to? And so it's any major decisions in reference. It's something that can cost you money or cost you time. So if you're looking at a major purchase, please do your homework. I mean, deep dive into homework, or if not do that, then don't make a choice at all for now, because I just feel like there's that is again, it's that caution sign. It's like be wary, buyer beware, that kind of thing. So if it's car or house or something big, or again, maybe moving again, whatever, maybe signing a new contract for an employer, I don't know. But again, the warning signs are there. So I would suggest you strongly to not make any major decisions without. I would stop there at period before I say without. But if you do have to, make sure that you're doing anything and everything that you can, to know as much as you can before you make a decision. This is not a time to be played with. Okay. Let's see what else I'm getting. I'm also getting neighbor drama. Are you having problems in the neighborhood? Are your neighbors at each other's throats? Because I'm getting.
She said she was doing a fence. And then you said that is it. She was building a fence to keep them out.
Oh, okay, interesting. Because I'm picking up that. What else? Yeah, get prices, but don't make decisions yet. Okay. Again, make sure you talk to people who've used that contractor. Make sure that they've lined up well. They do. Again, there's some. I'm getting just a caution sign. So again, make sure you do your homework. Yeah. That's the big thing for me is I just feel like the next month is just be aware. Just be aware. That's what I'm getting for next month. Just be aware. Okay.
Cheryl Ann, hold on one second. Andrea 54. Don't leave because I heard stop the yelling. So you're fussing at somebody about something and they're telling me to tell you to stop the yelling. But I'll get to you in a minute. Let me get back to Cheryl Ann. Cheryl, I heard you can't stay here. So I feel like it's like maybe your job wants to offer you a management position. They keep saying that word over and over and over again. They want to offer you something that you're not trying to take or that you don't want to do. But I clearly heard you can't stay here. Like you've hit the ceiling from where you are, and you need to move on to the next level. And I don't feel like there's any fear in it. You're just comfortable with it. But I hear someone telling you you can't stay here, and I feel like you're in a cubicle setting, and they're telling you can't stay there, not because they're firing, but they think that you need to move on to something else, to another department or to a higher level or to do something. I feel like it's been offered and you haven't taken it, or you've kind of hemmed and hawed about it. But I do feel like you should take this opportunity or consider the opportunity to advance and move forward in whatever your career is or whatever it is. It seems to be something that has to do with work or some kind of decision. There is a male figure or someone telling you can't stay here, and you're like in a little cubicle like area that they're showing it to me, and they're trying to move you on to something else. Um, oh, Don, she says she's supposed to ask the neighbor for half of the fencing because it's actually his
Ooh, there's a
property.
problem right there.
So that's what the issue is. That's what the issue
Yeah.
is. You don't want the position, but you do need to. Even if you don't take that position, you do need to move on to something else or move up. Like you're at your ceiling. You're beyond to move on. It's kind of like a doctor being like, I don't know, like a CNA. Like you really need to. Your skill level is past that, and you're keeping yourself down here. And not to say that either of those specialties are not great, but it's like you have a level of information that is beyond where you are and you won't take it. And I clearly hear in your guides or this person saying you can't stay here. You have to move on. You can't keep your head down. You're stunting your own growth and you need to move forward. You're not going to lose your job. There seems to be a fear that if you move forward, that you're not going to get you're not going to that you're going to lose your job. So even if you don't take this position, there is an opportunity that's going to come up that you need to consider and that you need to go ahead and decide to move forward. I see you talking to a male. So is there a spouse or or some a masculine energy? So who is it that you're talking to about this? And they kind of are trying to help you make the decision, but ultimately they don't want to step on your toes and they want you to make the decision yourself. Oh, you like customer service. So again, you may just have to move up to a different customer service level or something else that has to do with customer service. But they're saying you have to move beyond because you have more knowledge than what you are, and you're just kind of holding yourself back. And eventually, they're going to push you out, but they need you to move for. Oh, that's your son. Okay, so your son is the person because they showed me a male trying to help you, but they're not infringing too much on it. They want you to make the decision, but they are telling you giving you some guidance on it. And you are very much pushing back. Like it's like the door is open and you're standing against the door, but you're pushing back. You don't want to go through the threshold. You're just pushing back. And if you would just go ahead and go and do it, you would be safe. There's no problem with it. There's not going to be, any kind of calamity. You've just kind of put that in your head, or something like that. But go ahead and move on. You'll do better. You'll get more. And you'll find a balance between the two. You may not be able to do exactly what you're doing now, but you'll find a better balance and it'll be good for you. So go ahead and do it. And take the trip. I heard take the trip. Are you trying to go to Hawaii or something? Because they showed me surfing. So that's either Hawaii or California for me. So are you trying to take a trip somewhere? And they're saying, go ahead and do it. It'll be a good thing for you. And they're saying it'll wash the sin away. So I don't know if you did something bad, but it'll kind of wash away the negative feelings that you have and kind of cleanse you. Because I feel like you're really okay in water, or maybe you like water, or maybe you're a water sign, but it'll cleanse you and it'll give you that purified feeling and you'll feel better. Oh, Florida. Okay, so they were showing me the waves. Oh, so Florida is in there too. Okay, so they were showing me that you need to go ahead and take the trip and have a great time and get in that water and just let it kind of and this was their words, not mine. Wash the sin away. Okay, so that's what I got for you. Oh, Miss Linda says she feels like and Miss Linda is our is one of the people who read in the chat with us, and she's very good. She says she's feeling like a fear of not being qualified, but you are more than qualified. I feel like it'll work out for you. Definitely, you are definitely more qualified because again, they showed me somebody who was way more qualified than the job that they're doing, and you're just kind of holding yourself back. So you just need to go ahead and move forward. So I hope that helps you out, Miss Cheryl Ann. And then Shannon Lee, we see you. Um, Miss Andrea 45 or 54, whoever you are. What was the number? Andrea 54.
He's 54. 54.
54. Okay. Who are you yelling at? Because I heard stop yelling and you were fussing at somebody about something. And you may be right, but it's the approach that you're taking because I see the arms folded. So do you have teenagers who are not listening to you or who are kind of trying to grow up and you're not wanting them to grow up? Because I see a plant growing but being pulled back down by the roots. So that seems like a mom trying to keep somebody grounded. But they're saying you have to let this person grow. You have to consider what they're saying and you can't keep yelling at them. You're going to have to find a different approach to communicate with them. So are you having some kind of issue with like a family member or something that you're yelling and fussing at? And it may not be in like a horrible fussing way, but I feel like you're fussing and this person isn't receiving your message or the knowledge that you're giving that is good because of the way that you're doing it. Like, I feel like this person needs to have just a good fun time with you and go out and have like, I feel like it's a daughter, like mommy daughter time. And you guys just kind of unfold some information and it's not kind of in a preachy way, but you need to let this person grow and you're trying to keep them a little bit more solid and grounded. And you got to let them, grow up to be the person that they're supposed to be. And does this it's your it's my boyfriend. No, this is a girl. This is a female energy that you seem to be having this tiff with. It doesn't feel like a spouse. If and it could be, you could be right, but it feels more like a female energy that you're having this tiff with because you're not letting them grow. So it could be your husband about him getting a job and you're not letting him grow, but you're pulling this person back and not wanting them to grow. And you have good advice, but again, it's the approach that you're using and giving it to them. And so you just gotta let them kind of find not necessarily find their own way, but a different way to speak to them and give them that information. Yeah, they are just tuning you out. Yeah, it's been 3 months already. It's been 3 months that they got the new job. Hey, Lewis, that they got the new job.
I
Wait,
think
you said it's
they don't have a job. I think is what she's saying.
about getting a job.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's okay. So maybe it is. So maybe he's sitting in his feminine energy, feeling a little wounded and a little hurt, and not listening to you because of the approach that you're taking. Like Miss Linda said, they're just not tuning in. They're tuning out what you're saying because of the way you're saying it. So maybe you gotta have to take a different approach to helping them to figure out what it is that they need to do, and encourage them in another way. But I understand what that is like when you have, and again, it may just be moving on, like if you can't find that, that middle ground, you may have to move on. But I do see that, I do see the tiff in the situation, and you just need to find a different approach about it. I don't see a breakup. I see you more like they showed me the two of cups, and you're just crushing into each other. You're not pulling apart. You're crushing into each other, and you're just bumping heads and bumping heads and bumping heads. But again, it's the approach that you're taking, and if you kind of clean that up, then this person will receive it more. Or maybe if it came, I don't know, from a different person, or just, oh, here's some suggestions for jobs that I saw, or I have a friend or something else. But it's that sensitive line with the spouse, trying to help them with career stuff. But again, keep trying and keep moving forward, but just change your approach a little bit and be a little bit more, not that you're not caring now, but gentle in the way that you approach this person. So that's what I got. Oh, and Miss Linda says she feels like the other person is being judged, and they may feel like they feel like they're being judged, and that may be true also. So that's what I got for Miss Andrea. Don. And Shannon Lee, I don't remember what your question was. If you put a question there, can you put it back in there, and please don't let it be a love question. We can't hear you now.
I think it comes back when you say that I supported him for far too long already. I've even tried to help him. The question that I don't know.
It may just be time to separate.
Yeah, I can say it's not you, it's him, and no matter what, if anything, you may wind up causing more harm than good in the process. Um, and that's not psychic. That's just somebody sitting on the sidelines. Because what happens is there's a whole bunch of other mess that goes along with jobs or not having jobs, and then trying to find jobs and not being successful with finding jobs. So again, I'm not going psychic on this. So this was just me thinking when I was thinking about the process and how it can be. You're seeing it and you're trying to be helpful to him, but sometimes in our zeal to help people, we tend to um, overhelp, or we tend to think what worked for us works for them, or that kind of stuff. And so you have to. There's ways to give love and support and encouragement without too much love, support, and encouragement. And if somebody's going to come in here and just slam us with a stupid ass
God.
thing, Lord knows they don't need to put that much writing in. It's like, geez, whiz. And I'm talking about Sue Nicholson, by the way, because it's like, I love this when they say, I don't intentionally message people. Yeah, intentionally just message the freaking world. Don't tell me you don't want to intentionally message. Read your own damn thing. When you say you don't intentionally, you did intentionally. So give me a damn break, Miss Sue Nicholson. And while you're at it, again, as T.S. Madison has already said, let me pop her up real quick so we can just get the boom. And hopefully the boom will be louder this time. I don't know. Let's get to it. Sorry, the delay here is terrible. Here we go. This is
Until your resume is equivalent.
There you go. And then also the other one too.
Now you listen to me, Mr. Grand High Poobah of Upper Butt Crack. I'm just about hot.
So that's kind of what I'm picking up. But no, what I'm saying is that oh Lord have mercy, they're just sending this from all sides.
Oh my God.
I've not seen so many in a while. Lord have mercy, this is kind of crazy. I guess this is night 4, but I haven't seen them in a long time. It's kind of weird. We've gone a few weeks, so we're getting spoiled. Maybe that's what it is. But anyway, Andrea, something went wrong. It says, please reload your page. Can you hear me?
We can hear you and we can see it.
Okay, because it's saying reload my page. Something went wrong. I don't know what that means. Anyway, so the point is, Andrea, yes, you want to help, and I totally get you do, and I totally know that you care and so forth. But sometimes what you intend to do that you think will be wonderful, lovely, and those things may not come out the same way. So I think I would, you may need an intervention from some other source, a third party, because sometimes what you deliver, somebody else can say the same thing and it comes out very differently. It's received differently. And I have kids, and I'll tell you, and a spouse, and I can tell you that I will say the same thing. And then all of a sudden somebody else sees it. And I'll give you an example. We have something in California. In California, there's a company called Seas Candy. They make amazing, amazing candy. And the flavors are phenomenal. And when you taste it, you're like, wow, I know why it's special. It's one of the, you can taste the special. It's not just a name. And so when my mother-in-law said, I need a special gift, I want to go get a box of candy, I said, then there's only one place to go. If you're giving a special gift, then we're not going to Target and buying a box of chocolate. We're going to Seas Candy and buy an amazing box of chocolate. And we went, and she's like, oh, the prices, oh my gosh, they're so high. They're not cheap. Seas is not cheap. But when she gave the box of candy, and I told her, I said, believe me, anybody who knows candy, anybody who knows anything will know Seas Candy. When they see it, they'll love it if they know. And she's like, I don't know, it's all this expensive. Well, guess what? She listened to me. We went to Seas Candy. She got the Seas Candy. She came back, and then she gave it to her friend as a gift. And her friend like, oh, Seas Candy, and the friend was gushing all over Seas Candy. And then and at that point, then, oh, Seas Candy's the only one. Of course, I knew this already. This is her thinking. Is like, Seas Candy, of course. But because I said it, it didn't have that same value as her friend saying it. And the doctor, because then she went back and she wanted, I need one for the doctor. And the doctor was like, oh my gosh, you've been too kind. I can't believe you bought me Seas Candy. But I had said it a few times and it didn't go anywhere. And this is the same thing. It happens over and over again. And there's 2 different times where, again, she was told, no, it didn't matter. It could have been through. So what I'm saying is that maybe you need to enlist somebody else, a third party, to step in and kind of give a little direction or maybe a nudge or whatever. And that person's advice can be similar or identical to yours. And don't be surprised if it's received differently. There are times to surrender on a point. And so that's all I'm saying. And again, that's not psychic. That's just me talking as a human with kids and a spouse. Sometimes you can lead them to water, but you can't make them drink.
Sure. And she mentioned that they're living with his family. That could be some tension too. I just feel like there's a lot of tension in there. And one of the questions that your guides asked me to ask you was, can you make it on your own? Like, can you leave that situation and just make it on your own? Dragging another adult with you is hard to support two grown adults, but
Hmm.
supporting just yourself may be something that you can do or that you consider. And so maybe you have to just have that discussion. Maybe we need, some time apart, or maybe I need to move on, but you need to discuss the options that are best for you. And I understand that it feels like, okay, this person needs our support and love and guidance, but they also need to figure out for themselves how to be that person. Like, I didn't have the opportunity to wallow in my despair. I had a child. I had to figure it out. And so sometimes you have to um, just do what's best for you in your situation. And you can't take everybody along with you or maintain, like, you can't always bear their burden with your burden. Like, maybe they're in a situation where they can't see their way out and you're trying to help them, and it's not making them change any way that they look at things. It's changing you and making you a sourpuss. And so maybe you need a little bit of separation from this situation also.
Yeah. Yet sometimes there's time. Sometimes it's the right time for a break or whatever, and sometimes sometimes we just need woken up. So
And then you said you've looked for, so what is the issue with housing? Do you not make enough money? Because I would love not to have to work 3 jobs, but I do work all 3 jobs so that I can maintain the lifestyle that I need. So when you say that you can't find housing, is it because of you don't make enough income and you need to increase your income? You may have to work more than 1 job, or you may have to find other ways of increasing your income. If you've tried the same things and it's not working, you've tried to look for housing in all these places. What is the reason that you can't find housing? Is it because you can't afford whatever the rate is now? Then maybe you have to increase your income. Sometimes it's just the common sense of it all. They want $1,800. I only make about $1,300. I need to find another job that gives me another $1,000 a month so that I can afford this, and or maybe some other bills and stuff that are going on with it. So you have to figure out where the imbalance is and then ask your higher power to help you to figure out those things. But you can't just keep saying, oh, well, I can't find housing. I can't find housing. I had to figure out why I couldn't find housing. Was it unaffordable to me, or was there no housing available? And then I had to make the adjustments on my side. Get another job, Angie. Get another job, Angie. And although, no, I didn't want to work 2 jobs and go to school, it's what I had to do to get myself out of that situation, because I had to look at the future of it. I couldn't stay in survival mode. I had to move to thriving. And so right now I feel like you're in survival mode and you got to think about the future. How do I get from where I am now to where I want to be in my own place that I can afford on my own income? How do I get from there? And then allow your guides to help you. But what they're saying is you may need to tap into other resources or find a job that pays more, or add on another source of income in some kind of way to help you to move forward.
absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And eviction is helping you. Okay.
Because you have a court order eviction on your record, is that what you're saying? That's why it's hard to find something. What you can do, I'll give you advice as a landlord from a landlord's perspective, because again, if you have that on your record and you have a health issue, what you may wish to do is make sure that you have a realtor involved, and if possible, and draft a letter to a potential landlord, just a generic potential landlord, and have that letter ready for every application you submit, and just say, dear sir or madam, I'm somebody who's conscientious. I'm somebody who is who pays my bills, somebody who understands the value of someone's property, that kind of thing, and and make the point clear that you understand their point of view, that they have expenses and you have to pay, and just say, unfortunately, I had a health crisis, and that health crisis led me to a situation where we were delayed in payments until I got my disability situated and is going. And now that my disability is lined up, and now I'm trying to get myself back on my feet, there shouldn't be an interruption from this point forward. Please consider me. I'm a good tenant, and I will prove that you've made a right decision. Something like that has good value for a local landlord. That won't do you anything for a major apartment complex with a corporation because they don't care. It's an algorithm. They don't care. I'm not saying they have a business model that's different. That's my point. But for a more local landlord, somebody who owns a few properties or even one property, that might work. And it does work from time to time. And I will tell you an example of a person who it worked on right here. I had in one company, we had about 99 properties, 110 doors. And I had a second company. In that company, we had 10 doors. No, 10, in other words, 10 properties. The 10 properties I bought over time, then I bought the package of the 99. That one we had a management, I had a management company that I owned that managed those. I managed the 10. One of my properties in my 10, the person came to me when it was empty through a realtor, and they had the realtor did the same thing I'm telling you to do. Told them prepare a letter. The gentleman came, well, through the realtor with a letter, and it said, I've been a good guy all my life. My wife and I, we owned a house. We were, we paid on it and so forth. And my credit is destroyed now because I lost it in foreclosure. And then he explained he had a heart attack. He was an overland trucker. He had a heart attack. And when he had a heart attack, he could not drive anymore. She did not work because they didn't need her income. He worked. He was the sole provider. So when he had a heart attack, he couldn't go overland anymore. And during the break in which the time was for long-term, short-term disability, those things, that did not pay what he could afford mortgage-wise. They lost the house. She went back to work in the interim, and she's working. And so and that's the point they made to me. I never generally allow for that. I don't do it. That time I did because I felt, you know what? I feel something from the letter that these people had been through it and that they are good people. And I looked at their credit history, and you could see where it was all good, and then heart attack, and they fell off a cliff. Then they got it back together. We all have a cliff from time to time we fall off of. And so if you make a letter that is very clear, very concise, and understanding, showing that you understand the landlord's point of view, but letting them know that you're a good risk because you are a risk because of what you've been through, I tell you that will land on good ears. There will be a potential person, there will be a potential landlord who that will land on good ears for them. And they'll say, you know what? I think I'll take the risk. On that couple, I took that risk. And again, they're the only ones I broke the rule on. And they were in that house 9 years until he died. He died in the house. And sitting there on the couch, on the chair one day, she talked to him at lunch. She came home in the evening. He was in the chair, but that's the last place he's at, if you know what I'm saying. He was
Oh
dead.
my God.
9 years. And you know what? That couple, I still stay in touch with the wife. She's sweet as can be. And that couple, when he passed and she moved, because I knew when he passed she'd be out of the house soon, and she did. They left the house better off than when I rented to them.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I tell you, somebody will do that for you. I almost guarantee it, but it will have to be a local person, a smaller rental person. But you have to make you have to give them a reason. You have to help them, because if they see you on paper, then you're just paper and it means nothing. Okay.
And also, again, ask your guides. Like, you could wake up every morning, and this is something I do, because I know I have difficult people that I work with. I say, today is a great day. I'm going to get I say it every single day, regardless of whether I get all the information I need or I just get some of it. I say it every day. I command my day to be a great day. So you can wake up every single day and you can say, today I find the house that is affordable and safe for me and my daughter. Today I find the house that is affordable and safe for me and my family. You have to proactively speak those things into fruition. When people say life and death is in the power of the tongue, they are not lying. Please pay attention to the things that you say and the things that you do, and make sure that you make those great and you speak power into your situation. Not think, oh, I can't because this, oh, I can't. You speak it every single day, even if it's not. Today I'm going to find the place that is safe and affordable for me and my family. When you go to sleep at night, you ask your guys, please send me information that'll help me to get into a safe, affordable housing situation, and allow all possibilities. Don't just think like, oh, it has to be a certain housing community. It has to be this. It could be more income. It could be a new job. It could be a better outcome to your medical condition. It could be a series of things. It doesn't always just come boom, oh, here's the house that you need to move in. It could be a series of things that you have to do in order to show your higher power that you are ready for that move. Maybe they tell you to go back to your doctor and speak about a different treatment. Maybe they tell you to go out and go to this housing program thing. It could be a series of things that you do. And if you move forward on those things, at the end, you get what you want, but you also have to know what you want. Don't just say, I want to find a place for us to live. Be specific in what you want, because you could find a place and it not be what you want. Be specific in saying, I want a safe, affordable place for me and my child, or whatever it is for you. For me, it's a safe, affordable place. I've had to start over. I've had to downsize. I've had to do all those things, but I also had to consider all my options and not discredit anything because it didn't look like what I wanted it to be.
Exactly.
And
And
so make sure you're being open.
And again, you never know who there's always someone out there. There's always somebody there is always someone who will align with you. You have to do the work to find them, of course, and you have to put the effort in. But, and again, you never know where it comes from. I'll give you one other example. When I was 19, I was living in Baltimore City, and I graduated at 16, went to school and, into next school level, and, got through my engineering stuff, and then graduated, and then went off to work at a government job. And I wanted to have my own house. And so across the street from my mom, I grew up, again, inner city. We're talking row houses. And okay, when I had the chance, there was a house across the street from my mom. I bought that house, and it's interesting, when I bought the house, I intended to live in it. And at the time, I didn't qualify for the house and the car I had, because I had a new car, because my previous car was stolen. So I bought a new car, and I thought I wanted a new car. And I was the first in the family to have a brand new car. But when they told me you can't afford the house and the car, I said, then I'm selling the car because I want the house. And I did. I sold the car and I bought a beater up, and I was fine with that. And with the beater up, I had qualified, and then I bought that house. My brother was coming back from Germany, and he needed a place to stay. And so I went ahead and let him rent that house from me, and I stayed where I was. And he rented it until I went to Europe. I had a chance to go to Germany, and so I went ahead and said, hey, I'm going to Germany. So I never lived in that house. After that, my sister moved into it and rented it for a while, and then some other people rented it. Eventually, that house was paid off quickly. I got it paid off quickly because I was making so much more money in Europe than I was making here. And when many years passed, and this older couple moved in, and they were good tenants, and they were paying well. And then again, a health crisis, and they could not pay rent, and and I was just in a space where I had moved to Texas, and I had 2 fourplexes in Texas paying me rent. And I had a townhouse in Texas, and I was doing okay. And the house itself needed work in Baltimore, and it wasn't worth that much. And I didn't want to struggle, and I didn't want to evict these people, and I didn't want the hassle, and I didn't want the taxes. So I made the ultimate decision to go ahead and gift them this house. So I gifted this oldest couple this house in Baltimore, my very first house I ever bought. And again, never lived in it. I gifted it to them. And I have no idea what they did with it since then, and whatever happened. I know that I saw a picture of it recently online, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's my old house. But again, that was a landlord. A local landlord rented to this couple, and then down the road gave it to them. I'm not saying it's going to happen to you, but I'm telling you, anything is possible. And know that if you just put it out to the universe, don't be surprised if it comes back. Okay, that's the key thing there. And again, I never intended to ever give a house away, but I did, and that was the right thing to do at the right moment. I never regret it, and I feel that so many things in my life have been so good. So many things have delivered, so many benefits have been delivered to my house, to me. And I think it came from things like that, by helping others and doing things. And there are so many other people who are blessed and will do the same thing. So have faith, Andrea. Get out there, Start putting out the work and the effort, and knowing, like Angie said, every day say, I am thrilled that I'm in a new place and it fits all my needs. Make sure you're putting yourself in the successful finding of the house, not saying I'm going there. Make sure you're there. And don't be surprised if, again, that affirmation pays off 3 times in the morning, saying the same thing every time. Say as you mean it, mean as you say it. Again, that's what my book is all about. That's my book in a nutshell is about that.
Listen, and even another option that I can give you about affirmations working or just believing in what you say. I wrote down in my book, I will pay off my medical debt by the end of the year. I crossed out I will and put pay off medical debt by the end of the year. The very next day, I got a call from the hospital. I did a settlement and they knocked $1,000 off of the bill and I paid that bill off and now that is paid in full. It wasn't the way that I thought it was going to be incrementally. It wasn't, this or that. It just, I said it and the very next day it happened because I crossed out that I will. Remember, Don, we
Yep,
say,
yep,
don't make it future, make it pop, make
yep.
it present. And so I crossed out the I will and it's in my journal. I crossed out the I will. And the very next day, I got a call. There was a settlement. They knocked $1,000 off. So that's $1,000 I didn't have. I had the extra money at the time and I paid it. My God, your guides know what you can do and cannot do. Are you going to follow the cues that they give you? Are you connected enough that they can help you in that moment? And you realize that, wait a minute, because I could have been mad, about that I still had to pay it. But I was appreciative and grateful, that gratitude that, hey, that's $1,000 that I don't even have to pay. You know what $1,000 is? Several pair of shoes and some purses. Hello, I'm just saying.
I hear you. I hear you.
So
So
there you
have
go.
faith. Have faith. And again, if you take that leap, then don't be surprised if you're rewarded for it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
And it costs you nothing to do what we talked about just now. It costs you zero.
Just a belief. And sometimes you
Exactly.
have to do it secretly because if everybody in your environment that you're around doesn't believe in it, you can do it secretly. I wrote this in my journal. I didn't tell anybody else about it, but I bragged about it after it happened because I was like, oh my gosh, I astonished myself in how fast it happened. I just wrote it down. I didn't tell anybody else. I didn't, oh my gosh, look, I'm doing this affirmation. I just let it happen. And then I bragged about how great it turned out for me as an example for other people to be like, hey, if she did something as simple as that, I can do it also. So it's just the simple things that we believe in and that we allow ourselves to move forward with.
Exactly. Exactly. Well,
So
Miss
I do
Angie,
feel good things are coming for her.
did you want to do one more, or did you want to just get out of here?
Yes, Miss Shannon. Shannon, if you're still here, Shannon Lee, she's been waiting for a long time and
Okay.
she's been asking and asking and asking, and I've never seen her face. So, Miss Shannon Lee, are you still here? Because I do have a message for you. And I don't know that you're a young girl because they keep showing me you in a very young energy. So I don't know if you're just in that young energy or you're a young girl, but they really keep showing me this really young energy around you, and I don't know if it's an immaturity or people trying to force you to move forward and to grow up or to do something that you don't want to do, but it's really associated with you and a very young energy. So I don't know if you're still here.
Shannon, are
Um
you still here? Let us know, please.
she waited such a long time and I hope you are still here, Miss Shannon. Because I also see a guy. I don't know if it's your husband or your husband to be, but there is a guy in the background who wants to help you. Okay, so you are still here. So, is this making sense to you about the young energy? Are you a younger individual? And when I say younger, I feel like 20s, somewhere in your 20s, not quite it, not very far into your. You just have a very young energy, is how I feel. And then, I feel like somebody's either trying to pull you up to a different maturity level or change you in some kind of way, and you like who you are. So then I also have a guy in the background. His head is down, so you haven't noticed him yet. He has on a baseball cap, his head is down, and he's at a place that you frequent, or you haven't noticed him, but you've seen each other multiple times, is how they're showing it to me. And this person really does like you. And you're 30. I got to grow up to that. Okay. I got told to grow up by, oh, you got, okay. So I felt it. Somebody telling you to grow up. You are still very much, and it's a playful energy, and it's not a bad energy. I do feel that on you. Um, but I also got that there is a guy, head down, a baseball cap on, a really attractive guy. You just haven't noticed him yet, and I think he likes you, and he secretly kind of watches you when he notices you come in. And I feel like you wear a very noticeable perfume. Like when you come in, it lingers because I see him going like he smells your perfume. So there's a very noticeable perfume or something that you wear. And I feel like maybe you get compliments on it quite often. Um, or people ask, what is that smell or whatever it is, but it's a good thing, as in you smell fragrant and they like it. But there is a guy that I feel like is coming into your life or that likes you in some way, but you haven't noticed this person. And if you're not already married, I feel like this would be a good match for you. Like, I feel like this person would be a good match for you. He's more of a quiet person. Like, I feel like your energies would be so opposite. I feel like you're kind of an outgoing person, not necessarily loud, but you're not afraid to speak up or talk or laugh or to just enjoy yourself. And this person will be a little bit more quiet and you'll balance each other out because I see you sitting across from each other, finally having dinner. So I do feel like there is a guy on the way to help you, and there's a little girl, and I don't know if he has a little girl or you have a little girl or this will be a shared little girl with you, but there is a little that is under 4 years old, maybe 2 years old. So maybe this is a child to come, or maybe one of you on either side of the relationship has it. But I do see that you will be um um uh sharing this child, or you'll both encounter this little child together. And it does seem like a little girl, and I want to say her name starts with a L. Are you thinking about, is your little girl name something with a L? Lori, Lauren, Laura, or something like that? Because I'm getting an L name for the little girl. But I do get that you will. And you said he does like your perfume, but this person, you haven't noticed them yet. So I don't know that you've met them. You've been around them, but you haven't noticed them because, again, he has a baseball cap on and his head is down and he sees you, but I don't think you've noticed him yet. You're just going about your own life. But there is a smell that is that he likes when you come in or when you're around, and he does like your perfume. But again, I do feel like this person is going to come in your life and it's going to be a good thing. Um, you don't have children. Okay. So maybe this is the child that you two will have together, because I see the child in the middle, like the hands are like this, but each one of you is the hands and she's in the middle. So either he has a child if you don't, or you're going to have this child together, but this person is coming. And, I don't know if his name is Frank or John. Those are the two names I'm hearing, Frank and John. So I don't know if you have those two options available, but I hear Frank and John. So I don't know if that's first and last name or if that's two separate people, but I hear Frank and John. So I do feel like it's going to be good for you moving forward.
Miss
So
Angie, that sounded quite a bit like a love
like a love
reading.
reading, I know. But I don't mind when it's organic. I hate when they come in and be like, "Well, what do you think about the guy who?" Like if she'd have come in and said, "Well, what do you think about the guy who?" Blah blah blah. I probably would have been, in the wrong mindset. But
Exactly.
because it was organic, I love it.
Good thing Miss Bonnie's not here. She'd be pissed. She's like, wait a minute, that's my role. That's my area.
I share Miss Bonnie's page so fast in the morning when she pop on. I be like, get your love readings now, right now, not later. You need to talk to Miss Bonnie right now.
Yeah. Oh, even Angel says that. Angie, back on the
Don't say it,
love.
angels. That's not true. Listen, love readings. No, no, no. I'm still the Grim Reaper of love.
I'm gonna turn this into a short. I'm gonna post this one saying Angie does love readings. Oh, Angie's
And
like, that's
then
it.
for me going, no, no, no,
Exactly.
no.
Yeah, anybody who knows it would understand the sarcasm in that statement. That's for sure, right?
Oh my gosh. But Miss Shannon Lee, I do feel like it's good for you. And that's all I got for her now.
That's great. That's great because again, if anybody knows, we don't do the love readings intentionally. So when they come through, they're really strong, and that's what you should take away from this, is that that's wonderful. So keep your eyes open, keep your mind open too, and sometimes be careful with what the information is and how you perceive it, because when you take it and then you foreclose any other opportunities because you're thinking this one's going to come through, by changing everything or anything, you change everything. So make sure that you continue to live life the same way you would, continue to expose yourself to experiences and opportunities, and then don't be surprised when this comes along. So again, don't tweak things and change things, because that's exactly the way, by altering again what we're picking up. Okay, so don't do that. Don't do that. Look at my face.
And I don't know if you want to be pregnant, but this is what I got for you. When I
Wow.
said give me some
Yeah.
cards for her, this is what I got because I feel like you need it. That's the celebration card, and that's that Empress energy. But she's giving birth to something. It doesn't have to be a child. It could be an idea. It could be a new career or something like that. But she is giving birth, just to let you know. And so in case you're wanting to or not wanting to be pregnant, go for it. You didn't confirm yes or no on the Frank or John name. But again, I feel like it's coming and it's not going to be a long time because I felt like you kind of went, oh, well, we'll see when it happens. It's not going to be a long time. It's going to be before the 6th month of this month that you're going to find this person. So, you'll move forward. And are you looking for somebody to move in with? Like, do you live with family and you're looking to move in with somebody? Because I feel like you're going to quickly cohabitate, you and this person, when you meet each other too. Like, I feel like you're going to, and it's not going to be a bad thing. It's going to be a good thing. And you guys are going to move forward. But I feel like quickly you'll decide to live together.
It's not going to be the lesbian thing, right? Because, the big joke about lesbians, I'm gay, so don't get offended, folks. Chill out. The big thing
But
about
you all,
lesbians,
listen, you all,
yeah, the
I don't
second
think,
date is asking who's renting the U-Haul because you're moving in. Absolutely. So it's like, it's one of those things. It's funny. It's as soon as you said the quick date, I'm like, oh my Lord, because that's the second date for a lesbian couple. Who's renting the U-Haul? Oh my God! And to my knowledge, that's still the case. The way it seems, I don't know. I don't know. Oh my goodness!
all right.
Something else I was
Also,
going to mention, and I don't remember. Something else I was going to mention that when you were talking, and it just slipped. I don't, and now I can't think of what it was. Oh my gosh!
we were talking about kids and moving and men and
Oh,
love
the cards.
reading.
The cards. Yesterday Lester had those cards, and I mentioned that you and Shauna both love that deck, and especially that one card that you just showed. It's such a strong symbol that it's the only deck where the high priestess shows pregnancy, and it's the world in there, and it's just so that image is one of the most striking images I've seen in all tarot, in my opinion.
Yeah, I love it. I love this deck just for that. These were the two cards that she had, but
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
see that the Empress card is what Angie has on the left side. There you go. And look at that energy, and look at that image, and the imagery itself about giving birth to the world and the newness of whatever. I mean, it's just
And
there's so
understanding your femininity and your power and just
yeah.
Empress energy is good. Like
Oh,
that's
absolutely,
commanding. And you're right next to the emperor. So that's good energy. So
exactly.
and then celebration. And she says she does live with family. So I don't feel like you'll be with family much
Yeah,
longer. You'll move out and it will be a good idea. But be mindful of the people. Don't just go and jump with the next John or the next Frank. I feel like it might actually be John Franklin or something like that. Like Franklin may be his last name, but be mindful of the people that you select. Don't just go by what I said. And then when it feels right, you'll know. Like you'll get a tingling and you'll know that it's the
absolutely,
right person.
absolutely. Well, super, Miss Angie, you ended on a great night, a great
I
a
love
great high note.
it.
Like of
And
all things,
her energy felt so soft. They made me go to these because I was
yeah,
using the other ones, the
right,
love truth tarot, the truth tarot cards.
yeah.
I was using those, and then I switched to these because they wanted it to be a lot more gentle. And that was a beautiful card. I'm glad that was the one that fell out
Not
for
that,
me.
but you were drawn to her for a while, and that's the good part too.
Yes,
Because the
I kept
message
having her in the
was there.
background. Don't leave, Shannon. Don't leave, Shannon. So I'm glad you stayed, Miss Shannon. Come back and let us know because I feel like you'll be quickly giving us some information. And it'll seem like it's too much, but just ask your higher power. Am I on the right track? Am I moving too fast? Just ask your higher power. And even if you're not comfortable with it, when you go to sleep, just be like, however you describe your higher power, Lord, God, however, am I moving too fast? Am I on the right track? Should I keep pressing forward? But it does look like all systems ahead for you.
And Shannon, remember the invitations to the wedding. you can send those
We like
invitations to the
buttercream
wedding.
frosting. Buttercream frosting.
Exactly. Yes, you can send the invitations to the wedding right here, and Miss Angie, I'll make sure that she gets
And we
hers.
will be there.
Yeah,
Listen, we go to weddings. We love a love connection.
exactly.
We love a
Especially,
love
especially
connection.
if you're gonna buy our way, pay us their kind. And I'll perform. I remember I'm an ordained minister now. I
Don,
will perform
Don
the
is
wedding.
ordained. He can do it for you.
I can
Yeah.
marry you and I can bury you. So yes,
Like
I'll do
that
the
one
wedding.
for some reason. I don't know why. I can marry you and I can bury you. Now I need that on the shirt.
I'm gonna get that on a business card. I marry and I bury. I don't know.
Oh,
Yes,
I like
yes.
that. Oh my
Yes.
God.
Actually, I have a wedding coming up in June that I'm doing. I'm performing a wedding in St. Augustine,
Really?
Florida. Yeah, so I'm kind of looking forward to going to St. Augustine, Florida for the wedding, and but it's like June's gonna be hot and humid in Florida. It's like,
Are
oh
you practicing now, Don, to get it down, or you pretty much know what you're gonna do?
no, I pretty much know what I'm gonna do, and the only thing is I had to make sure I went through and I did I found out from the county that St. Augustine's in what their requirements are based on, you had to file within 60 days for the license and those kind of things. But because every county and every state has different rules, and so I went ahead and found out what are the requirements for that county, and that was the only thing. But yeah, when it comes to the wedding itself, it's I have kind of an idea of what I'm gonna do. But
I
yeah,
like
so
that.
yeah, so
I
you
can
never
marry
know.
you and I can bury you. Listen, Kina, I need you
Exactly.
to get that in production.
Yeah, I just don't do. I definitely don't do the bris thing, if you know what I mean. No, no, no. We don't do the clippy clippy. No, no, no.
No, absolutely not. No, not working
No,
on those areas. And
exactly.
as a wife standpoint, I can marry you and bury you. I can marry you, and then however we turn out, I can bury you too. So I
I
mean,
can
so
put you under the house. In other words.
exactly. Listen,
Yeah, there's some room in the backyard between the rose garden. I don't know, something like that.
between me, you, and the fence post,
Exactly, exactly. Oh my goodness. Well, with that said, folks, it's been nice. It's been wonderful. Miss Linda, it is so good to see you back, and I'm glad
it
your health is coming
is.
back.
Don't be gone that long, Miss Linda
I know we kept wondering what's happening, and Kelly Dix, nice to see you in as well and back in and visiting with us. And
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 Christina.
yep, it's great. You guys are wonderful. You bring the energy, and again, remember, it's your energies that you bring that we tap into that helps us do what we do. We love to do this, and even though we earn money doing this in private, we love doing this as a way of just serving the community and whatever. So thank you guys for helping us to do that, and you make our skills better. And by the way, Miss Angie will be showing her skills off very soon at the Church of the
Oh
Phoenix
my
Rising.
God. I promise that was the next word out of my mouth. I think you might be psychic. Like you really read my mind. I was gonna be like, and Don and Susan just invited me. Yeah.
Yeah, that just popped in my head too. So it's interesting because it hit us both at the same time.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
the
Yes.
Phoenix Rising, we will be doing a spiritual mediumship platform readings, the first Wednesday of pretty much every month.
Yep.
Um, and it's going to be, you come in and you get a mediumship read, and it's again our service to the community. So I'm looking forward to that because Angie and I have done live in-person readings both psychically and spiritually and mediumship wise, and we enjoy it. The energy in a room is even more explosive than this. It's crazy.
I love it. All of it. Just the whole fanfare of it. And I can't wait till we're on TV. I keep claiming that we're going to be on TV on a bigger platform doing this. And I just love that idea of it. Oh,
Yeah,
I can see it.
one more step in that direction. So
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah.
And guys, don't forget to listen to Don's interview that he did.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love the interview. And that's it on that same lady's YouTube page. You can see Susan's interview on there too. So
Yeah.
definitely look at Don's interview. It was really
Indeed.
good. I listened to it today. It's 45 minutes. You could just put it on and let it flow. Don is funny. She's funny. The information is interesting. And before you know it, you're like, well, dang, it's over. So you really would enjoy it. Definitely listen to Don's
Yeah.
interview today.
And if you listen to it, leave a comment. Let her know that you enjoyed it and that you came from hearing about it from me and from Angie, because I think it's always when I do interviews, when we've done interviews in the past, Angie and I have interviewed other people actually, and if you look back way back in our feeds, you will see those old interviews, and with some
How
really
it
cool
all
people.
started.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, yes. Remember Catherine? One of our best interviews ever, Catherine, and then Tina. Tina was another one. They both were so comfortable and so funny. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, you know. So
We had a good time. We've had some good people on there. Maybe we should do some more. We got to find some people, Don.
I think we need to do some more, absolutely, because that was quite enjoyable, quite an experience, and we're better. We're technically more savvy than we were then. Back then, we were novices and we were new little puppies.
Miss Katie, I saw you in the comments, and I was going to tell you to come back in the morning because I really did see you, and I kept saying, you know, she's in the background, she wants a reading. So come back on in the morning. Don and Shauna will be back on, and you'll get a whole nother perspective because Don and Shauna are my Thursday morning laugh. I tell you, I remember being in the dentist's office, listening to them and laughing, and everybody looking at me like I was crazy. But it was the funniest thing ever because Dawn and Shauna are great in the morning. So if you didn't get it today, Miss Katie, come back in the morning and Dawn and Shauna will be on and you may get the same thing. But
Yeah.
I did see you in the background. I didn't miss you. We just had so many today.
Absolutely. Yep.
And I love that. I appreciate you all for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, we'll, if you come in the morning, let me know and make sure that you remind me because my mind doesn't work quite the same way as most does. It tends to go this way and then continue on, unfortunately. So remind me and I will make sure you get a reading. Okay. And if Angie's on, she'll remind me too. She'll say, "Hey, Miss Katie's on here." So
Katie, don't forget her. She'll be there. Yeah. So
exactly.
and be subscribed to Don because we're all ishy. We're ishy. Like it's supposed to be 8-10 ishy. We'll be there sometime around sometime when. So just go ahead. Look, she already said what time. Just
Yeah,
subscribe to Don, and when it pop up, go for it. We're ishy.
exactly.
It could be between 8 and 10 a.m. Somewhere in there. We're gonna be in there. Ishy. Just go ahead and
Exactly.
subscribe.
Exactly. Exactly.
But
So
it's
with that,
definitely in the morning tomorrow morning.
yes, yes. So with that said, we will be out of here, folks. Again, thank you all for coming in. We appreciate it much. Miss Angie, I will talk to you later.
Yes. Thank you,
Adios.
Don.
Adios, everybody.
Bye.